Fits and dope addicts are here.
Well, that shows you how much Gina loves her family, because it's Vince Neil's birthday today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he could have opened with the crew.
No, I came in. I said, should we play Dude Looks Like a Lady from Aerosmith, because it kills two? Because Aerosmith's getting a star on the Walk of Fame, and that song is about Vince Neil. Or should we play The Crew? And she said,
No.
No.
And it's a Linkin Park's birthday today. It's a Collective Soul's birthday today.
Well, we could do some of those for potty
It's
break.
John Williams' birthday today.
Should we do
famed composer John Williams?
We'll find one for the potty break song.
It's Creed Bratton's birthday today.
He was in a band in the 60s.
And he was in The Office.
Yes.
The TV show The Office. He was in The Grassroots.
The Grassroots.
The band.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know that?
I didn't know he was in a band.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's still in The Grassroots, as a matter of fact. They still perform.
They kind of made subtle jokes about it
Occasionally,
on
I
The Office.
didn't know. I knew he was a weirdo, but I didn't know.
It's Dan Seal's birthday today.
Seals and Crofts?
Yes. It's Sammy Linnaeus' birthday today.
You didn't let me get my seals
I'm
and crofts
sorry.
out. I was doing this to let you know.
I was looking at her.
Never mind.
I was looking at her. Let's set it up again. Come on, let's do it. Set it up again.
No. Go ahead.
It's Dan Seal's birthday today. You said Seals and Crofts.
Seals and Crofts.
And Carrie was going to say,
Nope.
Oh, please, come on.
Nope.
I like Seals and Crofts.
You do?
Diamond Girl.
Is that one of their songs?
Sure do shine.
Is that one of their songs?
Summer breeze.
Come on, Carrie, save us. Do the joke.
Nope.
It's Sammy Linnaeus' birthday today. We used to play, I think, the Bodines, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, we did, yeah.
And it's and it's Dave Merrow's birthday today. Have you ever, I know you've heard of the band, Carrie, but have you ever listened to the band Spock's Beard?
Never heard
I
of
have
them.
heard of them.
I've heard of them, and I know Carrie's heard of them, but I don't. I thought
But
maybe he had
I've-
listened to them.
I have not seeked them out.
Well, why would anybody?
I
Because
don't know them.
I've just heard of them. Somebody said, let's play Midnight Confessions for the potty break.
Midnight Confession.
That's Grassroots.
No.
In your midnight confession. And then there was, somebody remade it. A band we used to play remade that song.
Not familiar.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. But that song that we opened just shows you how much Gina loves her family.
Well, on this day,
Yeah.
I'm driving to St. George because my uncle Tom Russell has a concert down. He has two, actually. He's playing in Springdale tonight, and then he's playing in St. George tomorrow. I'm going to the one tomorrow.
Where's he playing in Springdale?
I don't know.
At the Bitten Spur, perhaps?
Probably. But yeah, that's, he's the greatest living folk country songwriter according to Rolling Stone magazine.
He a lot of people would say, I've never heard of Tom Russell, but he has a following.
He
He has a very famous following. I mean, David Letterman loves him.
Yep. David Letterman has flown him to his ranch in Montana to play at
Just to
private
play, huh?
parties.
He's been on the Letterman shows a few
Several
times.
times, yeah.
This is Spock's Beard.
Yeah, I can see why we've never heard of them.
Yeah.
I don't.
And Tom Russell played that song in this studio when he was here visiting and played it live.
Yep. And the funny thing is, he wrote that song like 10 years ago. It's not a current song. It's
Best opening song ever. Thank you, RFH, from a proud Mexican-American listener.
oh nice.
So there you go.
All right.
All right, now I guess we'll have to officially begin the program. So let's do it. 877-602-9696 is the number to call to check in with our show. It is the Event from Hell show. We're not a radio show. We're an event show.
Yeah.
We're not a radio show.
We're in the party planning business.
It's the Event from Hell show.
You know what I've learned? If you're planning a party, you need Tupperware containers, those big ones.
Yep.
Lots of those.
Yeah.
You need about 50 of those.
And then
If
lots
we're
of Ziplocs for when it's over.
Yep.
So call us 877-602-9696 and check in with us. Check in with Radio from Hell. You know, last Friday we asked for new listeners, and a guy called and said, "I just started listening like 20 minutes ago." I said, "Stick with it for a week, and then call us back and tell us what you think." I wonder if he did.
Did he stick around?
Oh.
I don't know. 877-602-9696. If you are a new listener, I'm inviting that guy to call. Relatively new. I'm inviting that guy to call back. But if you have just found us in the last month, 2 months, 6 months, 877-602-9696. Call us and tell us how you found us and why you stuck around.
All right.
877-602-9696.
Okay, let's get this thing going. Oh, we got to start out early with reminding you about Valentine's Day, or as we say here in Utah, Valentine's. It's coming up. But it's not too late. Now you're getting ready for work right now. You're getting ready to go get into your car and drive to work. And then once you get to work, I know you don't work at work. You get on your computer and you play around. I'd like you to go to berries.com, berries.com. Click on the microphone and enter the code X96. And I want you to take a look at all the stuff that they've got on there. Wonderful, delicious snacks. I like to get them throughout the year, as opposed to just, special occasions like Valentine's Day. But they wanted to remind you that they have their great deal, their Valentine strawberries dipped in milk, dark or white chocolatey goodness, topped with wonderful toppings, chocolate chips, heart and glitter sprinkles. Always fresh, always tasty. And they wanted to tell you about this Valentine's deal. Of course, Valentine's right around the corner. You can send them the Valentine's gift of their dreams at the price of your dreams, starting at just $19.99, plus shipping and handling. Plus, order now and make this Valentine's really special by adding a dozen red roses for just $19.99 more, shipped with your Sherry's Berries at no extra charge, all in the same box. So go to berries.com, click on the microphone, enter the code X96 at checkout. That's BERRIES.com. Click on the microphone, enter the code X96, order today.
Utah is arguably the most beautiful state in our nation.
9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
I didn't get that joke when I heard it when you were playing it in here, and I thought, well, that's just kind of crude.
No, it's
And I mean, it is crude.
like bangers and mash.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
you've
just kind of
ordered
a
that
sausage.
before.
That's
Yeah,
what they call the sausages in England.
English sausages or banger. I get it.
See?
Didn't get it the first time I heard it.
Actually quite right.
Yeah, I mean, it's still crude, but all right, I guess it's time to officially begin the program. And we had asked check-ins, 877-602-9696. If you're a first-time listener, if you've recently discovered the program, to call and check in. And I see that no one has done that.
Well, maybe we better change it.
Maybe we ought to broaden that out a little bit.
And we have tickets to the boat show.
Yeah,
if that will get you.
To a random caller to call in for the boat show. So maybe just call and tell us in 3 words or less how you originally found the Radio from Hell show, and or you don't even have to do it in 3 words or less. How you originally found the Radio from Hell show, and what you continue to find appealing about it.
If anything,
is it our event planning abilities? Is that what it is, perhaps? All right. So, do we have a sponsor for the official beginning?
Yeah, it's the news you trust from the most experienced team in Utah 2 News. Check out the new KUTV.com.
All right, the moon, 11.8% of full. It is a waxing crescent moon. The moon will rise today at 9:39 a.m., today being Friday. It's the 8th day of February in the year of our Lord 2019. This is North America's most mouth-watering radio broadcast. It is the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson.
Hi.
It's me, Bill Allred, and over there, Gina Marie Barberry, the niece to
Tom Russell.
Tom Russell.
I just
Tom.
I just tweeted the clip of him on the Letterman show doing that song, if you care to see it.
The song was called "What Are You Going to Do When the Mexicans Aren't Around?"
No, it's Who's Going to Build Your Wall?
Oh, that's right. Who's going to
pretty-
build the wall?
Seemed pretty clear, but
Yeah.
some people were asking, what was the name of that song?
Yeah, it was called "What Are You Going to Do When the Mexicans Aren't Around?" And Richard Stedman is the producer of the show. Dylan Allred, no relation to me, is off to Disneyland today, although he's here right now producing video for the show that you can see at x96.com/live, and is who's our intern
It's
today?
Parker.
It's Parker.
Parker.
Parker Hannafin is our. It's his middle name, I found out. His middle name is Hannafin. So, here we go. Check-ins, 877-602-9696. Just call us and tell us how you found the show and what you continue to like about it, if anything.
All right.
Brought to you by the 53rd Utah Boat Show and Water Sports Expo is the best place to find anything related to boating, February 7th through the 10th at Mountain America Expo Center. Compare all types of boats, houseboats, fishing boats, ski boats, wakeboard boats, pontoon boats, and more. The Utah Boat Show has an amazing offering of all kinds of boating accessories, from swimsuits to boat polish and everything in between. Listen to Radio from Hell all week long to win a pair of tickets to this year's boat show.
I used to have a pantaloon boat, but I've never had a pontoon boat. So, go.
All right, let's begin.
Logan.
Logan starts.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How'd you find the show, Logan?
So there was a lady at work that always listened to you guys, and I'd walk past her cubicle, and I could hear you guys laughing all the time. So I just asked her, I was like, who are you listening to? And she's like, oh, it's X96. I thought it was like some podcast. And I was like, oh, I can get this driving into work? She's like, yeah. So
I can
and
get this
just,
on the
like,
radio?
For my 3 words, I just want to say, every dang day you guys are there.
Oh,
So
good.
That's
Thank
what
you,
I like.
Logan.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks, Logan. Logan, you continue to listen. How long has it been since you started listening?
Oh, geez. It's been probably the last year. I've listened every single morning.
Nice.
So,
So
and then I've
relative-
listened to your guys' podcast as well.
Oh, yeah. You were a relatively new listener.
Nice.
Really. Yep.
Well,
Yep.
Thanks
thank
for,
you,
thank-
Logan.
Thanks for doing it, Logan.
All right.
Anytime. Thank you. Have a
All
good day.
right.
See
Thank
ya.
you. Let's go.
I think that's funny that his first thought was,
Must be a
is this a
podcast.
podcast?
Yeah.
And then I could listen to this on the way to work.
That's great.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Jack is here.
Hi, Jack. Hi, Jack.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Jack.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
We're doing well, Jack. How about you?
Today's a great day.
Why
Is it?
Why is today a great day, or is every day a great day?
I'm talking to Gina.
We'll
well,
let you.
well, I'm happy
Listen, we'll
for
let you
you.
two be alone. Would you
Yeah,
like to
we'll
leave?
we'll just step outside.
Would you like to leave your number? Or?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you know I'm married,
Pass
though.
that
I'm-
up for the world.
yeah.
Okay. Hey, Jack. How did you find the Radio from Hell show?
Construction sites, doing construction.
Yeah.
Listen to you guys every day.
Yeah, we have a lot of guys who work early morning construction.
Road crews or that kind of
setting
thing.
their radios up and hammering nails and doing stuff like that. How long ago did you find us?
Oh, my gosh. Years ago. 15?
Oh, yeah, and it continues to be a pleasure for you.
Every day. I pump concrete and listen to you guys every day.
Nice. Well, thanks for sticking with us for 15 years.
I love Gina's cockiness.
She is.
I'm cocky?
Yeah.
Cocky.
Oh, you give us.
She's cocky.
She gives as good as she gets, doesn't she?
Great kid. Don't get cocky. All right.
Yes.
Thanks,
And
Jack.
thank you, Bill.
Huh?
And Karen. All three of you
Oh,
guys. Just
thank
thank
you.
you guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jack.
Jack, you know that's my middle name.
You know what? Can we give Jack the boat show tickets?
Should we give him the boat show
Let's
tickets?
give him the boat show tickets.
Sure. Let's do it.
All right.
Take your family to the boat show, Jack.
Put you on hold. There we go. Brian the Wine Guy.
Hi, Brian.
Long-time listener.
Brian.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, Brian. Go ahead.
I found you guys because of the Mediocre Show.
Oh.
Oh, man. Is that still around?
Oh, yeah. They're still doing it.
Yeah,
So
that-
that's a
yeah,
podcast that's...
They just celebrated their 800th episode a few weeks ago.
It's a lot of podcasts.
And aren't what state
They're
are
in
they from?
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, Philadelphia. When Jeff Michael Weiss started doing movie reviews for them, it got me into the Geek Show.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to listen as my daily podcast was the Adam Carolla Show, but you could only listen to so many stories about Pop Warner football and being a carpenter.
Yeah.
So I
And
needed a
boxing,
new daily podcast, and by gum, it was you.
Oh, thank
By
you.
gum. I like that.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Nice talking to you. See ya.
Have a
We'll
good
see you.
day.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
Let's go to Chelsea.
Good morning, Chelsea.
Morning.
Chelsea, how long? Yeah, go ahead.
I've been listening to you since my sister introduced me to you guys. That's been 15 years now.
Your sister, your older sister, probably.
Yeah, she's my older sister.
Yeah, and
Your smart older sister.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then her husband likes you guys too, so it worked out perfect. Every time I'm with them, I'm always with you, and I listen to you guys every morning.
Does your sister still listen?
Oh, yeah, she still listens. She lives in Nevada, and she listens to you guys.
Awesome.
Oh, great.
Well, thanks. Thanks
All
for
right.
checking in with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right,
See ya.
Chelsea. Let's see. Finally, just this text. Carrie, the coordinator. Listening to your show pissed my mom off when I was 11. I'm an 18-year friend of the program now.
11.
I like that. It pissed my mom
However you come to us, we will take you.
Yeah.
Traffic, finally, we have a day where I have green cameras all up and down the Wasatch Front. I see no accidents to tell you about. Now, maybe you see something you want to tell people about. Text it to us, 33986. It's the news you trust from the most experienced team in Utah 2 News. Check out the new KUTV.com.
Actually, the best one is a text from my wife.
Yes.
I started listening after we started dating.
Well,
I better listen to his show.
That's true.
I
She didn't
guess.
listen before when we met. She was not a listener.
Yeah.
She was not happy to be at that event. The event that we planned.
the
See, we've been doing
bagels.
events for
We're
years.
event planners.
Always
That's what
been
we
event
are.
planners, yes. All right, we got Big Boy News coming up. Stand by for that. And you guys got this story. I didn't hear about this. About Sarah Silverman?
Yeah.
Okay, we got that coming up. Travel Brigade on the way as well. Boners Round 1, all coming up. Stand by for that. Okay, got to tell you about proflowers.com. Click on the microphone, top right-hand page, enter the code X96, and take a look around. A lot of great stuff there. I've been using ProFlowers not just for Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, that kind of thing, but year-round, birthdays, anytime you want to send flowers to somebody, condolences, whatever it may be. But and that's how I use them. But they're here to remind you that Valentine's Day is coming, and they do this better than anybody. They offer a lot of beautiful Valentine's bouquets for you to choose from. They're freshly cut, carefully packaged, and express delivered. They've really figured out how to do this. Arrives in perfect condition, and they make it easy to order. Find the perfect bouquet at the perfect price with 7-day freshness guarantee. If you just follow the directions that are inside the box, your flowers will stay fresh. They guarantee for 7 days. I've been able to keep them alive for about 3 weeks. Valentine's Day is just days away, but Pro Flowers has you covered with an amazing deal on roses. Right now, you can get 1 dozen assorted roses. They're very nice, with a free glass vase for just $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Just go to proflowers.com today. Click on the mic, the top right-hand page, enter the code X96 to get this limited time offer. That's roses for just $19.99 at proflowers.com. Click on the mic, enter the code X96. Order today.
When Carrie, Bill, and Gina run out of things to bitch about, we give you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding at 10 a.m. on X96.
I've just been meaning to ask you, Gina, the last 3 days, and I forgot. Well, the last 2 days.
What?
So you went to collect your daughter at camp.
Yes.
On Saturday, I think it was.
Friday.
And we'd had some discussion last week about the letters, and you had written a letter to her, a daily letter that she took with her.
Yes.
And you instructed her to open one a day. Is
yes.
And being the good little girl she
Yes.
is, I'm sure that's exactly the way she did it.
Yes.
Whereas when I was a little kid, when I'd gotten to camp, I would just want to open them all.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to read them all. And then she was incommunicado
For a week.
For really 7 days? Was it 7 days?
Sunday to Friday.
Yeah. Okay. And so the only communication that you could have with her would be a letter that she would send you.
Right.
And you kept waiting for the letter and waiting for the letter. And I said, you're not going to get the letter until after you pick her up. Have you received, as you went to get her and collected her tear-stained pillow and and all of the soiled bedding and everything? And
she did very well, actually, at camp.
Well, I'm sure she did, but
I'm saying there wasn't a tear-stained pillow.
I joke.
I know.
Okay.
As I got home with her after we picked it up, it was in the mailbox.
As I thought.
Yes.
And was the letter tear-stained?
No.
Was it very detailed?
No, yes.
What did she write it the first day, or did she just write it, like the day before you?
And then express it.
She wrote it halfway through, and she said, "Next year I know to write it earlier in the week."
But there you go.
But
it might have gotten to you.
Mm-hmm. But it was a happy letter. I'm having a great time. And she said, I knew you would ask, Mom. The food is great, is what the letter said.
Food is great.
I knew you would ask.
And then she had no trouble finding an owl to deliver it.
No, came right to the.
Right.
She's very, very methodical in her thinking. She said, I sent it on Wednesday. I should send it earlier next time, but I should at least wait a day till I've done something to write about so she's figuring out the best day to send it. It's probably Tuesday, and then I would get it. So, but she did great. She wants to go back. So
she did the rope swing. She swam in the lake. She went canoeing.
No,
killed a bear.
No,
none of that.
No.
What do they do? What do they sit around and sew?
They made bread.
That's not camp. You go out. You got to go out and kill squirrels and play capture the flag at night, and then kids get lost in the woods.
At the very least, play with the fire.
Yeah, roast no fire.
Poking a stick in it?
No.
They made bread. They had morning meditation.
What?
Sissy camp. We did yoga, Mom.
She loved it. That's all that matters.
Sissy camp.
Right, okay.
on X96.
All right, we got to tell you about Excel Automotive Repair.
There are mechanics.
Before we get to the news here.
They sure are. They're great, too.
They're great. One of the last honest shops in the planet, I think.
And I like going there to get. I just went in for my emissions and stuff because you can do regular maintenance
Gotta
there.
do that probably tomorrow. I must see if they got a time to do it.
But I like sitting in their waiting room for a couple of reasons. One, they had Ferris Bueller's Day Off playing in the waiting room. But I always run into friends of the program there, and they're like, "You really come here to get your car worked on?" Yes, I do.
We wouldn't lie about that. Why would we do that?
I don't know.
The corner of 33rd South and 3rd East, it is Excel Automotive Repair, Steve and Richard. And it seems like whenever I go in on a Saturday, it's Richard's Saturday to work. I haven't seen Steve in a long time. And then they have a Kip there, and also it's that mechanic whose name I don't ever remember. It's a John, yeah. And they do great work at XL Automotive Repair, all kinds of mechanic work on any make or model of car, no matter how old or how new. Please check them out. They will do, they'll do dealership work at lower prices. That's really the way it is.
You can keep your warranty, but you don't have to go to the dealership to do that.
Exactly.
You can go to Excel.
Excel Automotive Repair, 33rd South, 3rd East. Check them out. They really are the best.
All right. Now, the guy that you initially referenced earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Who said he'd been listening for just that morning, right?
Yeah, I think or just very short amount of time.
A week ago, right?
Yeah, week ago. His name is Ireland, and he has called back. So he's been listening now, I hope, a week. Ireland, are you there?
Yeah.
Hi. Have you been listening all week?
Yep.
And how long during the day have you been listening during the show?
What do you mean by that?
Well, how much time of the show? How much of the show have you been listening every day?
About an hour or so.
Okay.
But we didn't drive you away, clearly.
Well, maybe he promised to listen for a week, and now maybe this is it. Are you going to stick with it? Do you like it?
I mean, if there's something interesting or something keeping me occupied that you guys are talking about, depending on what the topic is, I'll stay on it.
Okay.
So what topics have you liked that you'll stay with it, and what topics have you sort of gone, I don't, I wish I weren't listening right now?
To be honest, I don't have the best memory.
Okay.
Well, then you're perfect for this show.
Yeah, that's right.
You are the
really
perfect listener for this show.
The perfect listener. It should really just go in one ear and out the other and just leave you with a feeling of kind of contentment.
Ireland?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to call a week from today, and I want you over the course of the next week to just remember one thing that we talk about that you like. Just one.
And one thing that you didn't like. Just write it down.
Okay.
And then call us next Friday, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Ireland.
Yeah, no problem.
And if you do that assignment and you do it correctly, we'll give you a prize, okay?
Well, that sounds great.
Okay, Ireland.
We'll
see
see
you.
you. Bye-bye.
We just gave him homework.
Yeah. I wonder if he can do it or will do it.
We're the show that gives you homework.
Well, it's kind of an event we just planned.
Yeah, it is.
And it's an event with Ireland.
Put that on a T-shirt.
Are we doing news here?
Yes.
Hungry? Want real half-pound New York corned beef or pastrami sandwiches? Reuben's, matzo ball soup, latkes, real bagels. Feldman's Deli is Utah's only authentic Jewish deli on the corner of 20th East, 27th South, Tuesday through Saturday breakfast and lunch, Thursday through Saturday for dinner, music Friday and Saturday nights. Everyone meets at feldmansdeli.com.
This news is going to be a mess, I'm sorry to say, because there's a problem with my organization file here. So I'm just going to plow into it, and it will be a little bit disorganized, but I'll do the best I can, all right? I think I'll start with this. I'm going to start right with the Jeff Bezos thing.
Okay.
This is, and I woke up to this, and I went, what the hell
The thing is
going on?
Now, you can read just the initial story, but there are many, many layers to this.
Fascinating stuff. What was the headline that I saw that was the best one? It was Jeff Bezos calls out Pecker or something. It was.
Well, the headline for his blog was "No thanks, Mr. Pecker."
So David Pecker, who is the chief executive of American Media,
National
Enquirer,
and longtime friend of Donald Trump,
and has been called to Congress and testified before Congress because of the stories that they what do they call it when he
it's catch and kill.
Catch and kill. So they would get a hold of people like Stormy Daniels and that other Playboy model
Karen
McDougal, who said that they had affairs with Donald Trump, and they would pay them for their stories and then never run the stories to keep them, and they would sign confidentiality agreements with
They'd have the
National
rights to the
Enquirer.
story.
We own your story.
We own your story. You can't talk about it to anyone else, and then they would just not run the stories and bury them. So that Donald Trump so that they would never appear and see the light of day. And that's catch and kill. And it's, you can do it. You can get away with it.
And apparently there is a vault of stuff about Donald Trump that they have caught and killed.
Not a vault, a safe. An actual, it's like in a movie. American media, National Enquirer, Mr. Pecker has an actual safe full of stuff like that.
Now, Mr. Pecker cooperated with the government in their investigation, and that's where that whole Michael Cohen thing comes from. And part of the cooperation is that he signed an agreement that said that they would not be able to prosecute American media for 3 years if American media did not break the law.
Well, here it seems they've probably broken the law.
Yeah.
Because now we know that Jeff Bezos, who is the CEO of Amazon, the world's richest man, Mr. Bezos, we know that he's been having an affair with this woman,
Sanchez.
Yeah, Ms. Sanchez, and he's been public about it. He has gone public with that, and he is divorcing his wife of 25 years, a co-founder of Amazon with him, and they are splitting up, and she'll get half of his billions of dollars, and she will become the richest woman in the world. Now, what's happened is Mr. Bezos has revealed that David Pecker blackmailed him, or attempted to blackmail him, said, I have all kinds of revealing photos of you and Ms. Sanchez. Here's a sample of some of the things I have, and I have worse. And I'm going to splash them all over. And they did do a story. They did, of course, several stories in the National Enquirer about his affair with Sanchez.
Well, they got the texts.
Yeah, they have texts.
His phone was hacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have all these photos. We have all of this stuff. And I'm going to run all of this stuff unless you stop these investigative stories in the Washington Post, which Mr. Bezos owns, these investigative stories against Donald Trump. What?
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos, rather than paying extortion money, blackmail money, says,
No.
nope. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell the world about this, and you go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't care about the pictures.
Show it all.
Do it. And
release all the text.
So he took all of those emails back and forth between American media and put them out last night.
And he said, give whoever you want all the pictures.
Yeah.
And come to find out, he's not the only one. Apparently, they did this to Ronan Farrow.
New Yorker. Yeah, New Yorker man. Ronan Farrow said, I haven't said anything about it, but they did the same thing to me, and I said no.
Yeah.
No, you go ahead and publish. I don't care. And they haven't. For whatever reason, they haven't done it. I think because they're scared.
If you've learned nothing else from this, quit taking naked pictures of yourself and sending them to people.
But you know who else did this too? Is the minute it happened, David Letterman went, you know what the best thing to do is, some guy was trying to extort him because he found out that David Letterman was having an affair with one of his interns and had some pictures and some proof of it, and David Letterman said, no, I'm not going to let this guy extort me.
Nope.
I will cop to it.
And he did.
Publicly cop to it and apologize to my family and to the people I've hurt with this and move on with my life. And it was the best thing he could have done, rather than try to cover it up, rather than to fall to the extortionists. This is the best thing Bezos could have done.
Now the really interesting part of this is who hacked into Jeff Bezos's phone, and the suspicion is that it was someone in the federal government that hacked into his phone and made this stuff available to him.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Well, you know who? Somebody will get to the bottom of it. Jeff Bezos' security guy is an interesting fellow. I have a story about him too, but we don't have time to go into it. If anybody can get to the bottom of it, he will. The Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts joined the more liberal members of the Supreme Court to block a Louisiana law that opponents say would close most of the state's abortion clinics and leave it with only one doctor eligible to perform abortions in Louisiana.
Thank you, Justice Roberts.
The justices may yet consider whether the 2014 law requiring doctors at abortion clinics to have admitting privileges at nearby hospitals unduly burdens a woman's access to abortion. The Louisiana law has never been enforced. And the Supreme Court in 2016 found a nearly identical Texas law to be unconstitutional. The Supreme Court has stepped in under the wire to protect the rights of Louisiana women, said Nancy Northrup, president and CEO of the Center for Women's Reproductive Rights. Former Representative John Dingell, the United States' longest-serving lawmaker, has died. He is from Michigan. He was 92 years old. His wife, Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, says her husband died at his Dearborn home on Thursday. And I thought, her name is Debbie Dingell?
Mm-hmm.
She's got to be younger than her husband. He's 92.
Well, there are 92-year-old Debbies.
Not many. She's way younger than he is. She's what? She was born in 1953, so she's 35, 40 years younger than he is, something like that. Debbie Dingell. He called her always my dear sweet Debbie. Shocked hunters found Bigfoot in the mountains of Utah.
No,
They did?
They did.
No,
Well, I'm
There's
glad
film.
we can stop doing the TV shows then.
There is film.
I've seen this film.
Local hunters in Provo sighted a strange creature. They're pretty sure it was Bigfoot.
No, it's not.
It's a moose.
That's Bigfoot right there.
It's a moose.
He's walking upright. It's not a moose. When you see it move, it's something else. It's not.
It's a moose.
It's not a moose, but it's not Bigfoot.
It's not Bigfoot.
So, apparently the whole state of Virginia has been in blackface at one time or another.
The whole
what?
state.
Yeah.
What the hell, Virginia?
Other than the black population, the white population of Virginia has been in blackface at one time or another. Virginia Senator, Republican Majority Leader Tommy Norment is listed as the managing editor of the 1968 Virginia Military Institute yearbook, which includes photos of people wearing blackface and captions that include racial slurs.
I didn't see those.
One of the photo captions says, 4 years ago, New Market's revenge on VMI ambled through Stoop N-word arch in his first attempt to evade the system. On a page for the editors in the yearbook, Norman describes his work on the publication. Anyway, it goes on. It is full of pages of people in blackface. Cadets at the Virginia Military Institute. Most of the white population, I contend, most of the white population of Virginia
Really, Carrie?
have been in blackface at one time or another.
I just feel like we're
meeting
we're
Virginia.
meeting Virginia for the first time.
Yeah. Well, I thought Virginia was for lovers, but apparently it's for liars who like to be in blackface.
Yeah.
Go to x96.com/live. You can see a picture of a couple of guys who were in the Virginia Military Institute yearbook.
All right.
Is that it?
Sure. Sports weather traffic.
Well, your prayers were answered. Miracles happen.
What?
The power of prayer.
What?
What?
Remember, I said we need to pray
For what?
for Ricky Rubio to not be traded, for Derek Favors not to be traded, and your prayers were answered.
Now, be honest with me. How real was that rumor?
I mean, there's always. I think there were talks. I don't think it was just out of thin air. I think there were talks of trading, but
All right.
with no trades with the Jazz yesterday. So,
Okay.
phew.
This sounds like rumors and
No.
things like that.
They play the Spurs tomorrow. It's an earlier game. It's a 3:00 game. Weather, it is chilly right now, 15 degrees in downtown Salt Lake, and we'll only get up to about 35, but it's going to be beautiful. Blue skies, sunny, very clear day, a good air day. Go outside and take a traffic is pretty good too. That icy situation we had yesterday, not nearly as bad today, although you still may find some patches of it because it is so cold. Crash north on I-15 ramp to go westbound I-80 in Salt Lake. And we heard from our sign guy, Gene the sign guy.
Hey, Gene.
I appreciate you doing this, Gene. He sent this into 33986. He says...
He should be Gene the sign machine.
He said, 33rd South, 8th East will be closed both directions between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Thank you for that heads up, Gene.
All right.
This Sarah Silverman is in the news today, and a lot of people will be talking about this. She has vowed to never again allow a male doctor to perform a mammogram following what she called an Essie appointment on Wednesday. I wish I could read all the words Sarah Silverman used to describe
Colorful language?
In a searing Instagram post, the comedian and actor claimed an unidentified radiologist twice did not use gloves as he smeared gel onto her bare breasts ahead of an ultrasound. She also alleged that he dragged his fingers over her. Well, here, I'll just read her post.
Okay.
I had an Essie time at my mammogram appointment today. I had to get an ultrasound after my mammograms because I have dense breasts. Insert your own joke here. And the radiologist, the same man I had last year, I do not like him, and here's why. He opened my gown and put gel on my breasts and smeared it around with his bare hands. Then he started talking to me about my chest x-ray. I also got a chest x-ray and was pontificating with my boobs just out and covered in gel and cold. And finally I said, hey, can we either talk about this when I'm dressed or while you're doing the ultrasound? I'm not comfortable with my breasts out just shooting the S with you. Okay, so he smears the gel on with his hands and no gloves. And when he glides the ultrasound wand thing on my breasts, he drags his fingers on them. And it effing bothers me. And again, as I told him last year, I said, hey, do you need to be touching me with your fingers? And he said, no. And then he pulled them off me, and then he added, I do that for balance. And I said, well, I believe in you, and I think you can do it without your fingers on me. Look, I truly don't think he was getting off on it, but it is his job to be aware that this is a vulnerable thing for a woman, so wear some gloves. This isn't a date. For him to be so arrogant that he didn't even internalize the problem when I said something to him about it last year is obnoxious and probably a subconscious power thing if we're getting deep. This is my last mammogram with this dude or any dude. I'm a grown woman and I'm fine, but this guy does this with everyone, and I know that personally it took many years into adulthood before I spoke up for myself. It is uncomfortable and too easy to think this is all in your head, and arrogant F's like this doctor take advantage of women's socialized instinct not to speak up. All this is to say, speak up, trust that thing in your gut that tells you that this ain't right. So,
yeah,
so I read that, and it probably doesn't speak to me quite the way it would speak to you.
No, but that thing she said at the end, you can use that in so many different instances where women feel like, I'm supposed to be nice, and I'm supposed to be polite, and I'm not supposed to say anything, and I'm probably being too sensitive. I had a similar experience, and I've talked about it on the air before. This was several years ago. I was having an echocardiogram, and, where's my heart? It's under you have to go through my boob to get to it. Yeah. That's just where it is.
Yeah.
And the technician that was doing my echocardiogram, now I didn't feel uncomfortable like he was touching me inappropriately. You have to handle it. You have to move it around that's just part of it. But while he was doing it, and I wonder if other people like me or Sarah Silverman have this thing happen where, he's touching my boob and then he says, oh, I really enjoy your show. I really like the Radio from Hell show. Not like she was saying, can we talk about this when you're not, this is an uncomfortable situation for any woman, let alone when you're recognized, and it's this other level of intimacy it's crossing a line.
Yeah, I prefer anonymity when I
Carrie,
go.
you've been touched in places.
Well, I can tell you that just recently, less than a year, I had to have my now Ireland is listening, and he doesn't know this because he's a new listener.
Okay.
I had testicular cancer when I was 24, and my left nut removed. and a fake one put in because I was young and arrogant.
A nudicle.
A nudicle.
But we do follow-ups every now and then, and just recently, I had to have my my right testicle. What's the sonogram? The sonogram.
Yeah.
With the gel and everything, and
To make sure nothing's,
and it's at those times I'm glad that I'm anonymous and that she had no idea.
Because it would be another level of weird
It
if
would
she
be,
said, "Oh, I listen to Geek Show all the time."
I mean, that's,
So when I go to get I go to a urologist twice a year, and he knows who I am, and we talk about the show and that kind of stuff. But when it comes time to, jelly the finger up, he always gets right down to business. You know?
I mean, I'm
and
sure...
he says, okay, it's time for the part that neither of us like. And then he shuts up and just does it fast.
I'm sure there's some part of them that feels like we're going to make small talk to make you feel comfortable. I'm sure there's some but yeah.
And my wife texting in is, I've never had a male OBGYN. I never felt comfortable about that idea.
Yeah, like Carrie, you say it was a woman who was checking your scrotum, your testicle.
Yeah.
I don't see.
I was actually more embarrassed for her. Yeah,
I probably would want a man to
because
do it.
mostly she's doing pregnant women. That's what she does. And then, here comes this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I would not say no if that was, but I probably would feel more comfortable if it were a man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's interesting. I hope that.
But she sounds like that guy is pretty. He was just being
Well,
arrogant.
especially if she specifically said, "Do you have to do that with your fingers?" If something feels off, you need to trust your instinct and say something.
First of all, kudos to her for A, talking about this, B, keeping the guy anonymous. I think that shows class. But also, I hope that she spoke to the doctor's office and said, this is what's happened, and this is why I'm not coming anymore.
When this happened to me years ago, I didn't talk about the person's name. He was perfectly nice. I didn't feel like he was a creeper or anything. I just thought it was
anything by it.
I don't think so. But I talked about it, and I didn't say his name, or I don't even think I said where I had it done. Somehow it got back to him, and they called and apologized.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was years ago.
And I know you apologized back.
Yep.
Yes,
of course.
Oh, no!
I'm
I
sorry.
didn't want to get him in trouble. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
No.
That's exactly what I said. Gene, the sign guy, says 33rd South, 8th East is going to close both directions between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Thanks, Gene, the sign guy. Let's see if we have any other accidents we need to tell you about. Northbound I-15 at 27th South, right shoulder affected there. Northbound I-15 to westbound I-80, the right lane is blocked there, but we're doing much, much better today. That's traffic. The Blocks is downtown Salt Lake, and there are more than 80 events every month. For a full listing of performing and visual arts events, go to theblockslc.com.
All right, Travel Brigade is here. They will be here next. Also, round one of your boners coming up. Stand by.
For more than 30 years, Shamrock Plumbing's been the contractor that Utahns can trust. It's time to make sure that all your plumbing's in order. You might think it is, but maybe it isn't.
Have your plumbing checked.
Yeah.
I want to have them come to my house because I want them to turn up the temperature of the water in my bathtub.
Can they do that?
Yeah, I don't have any babies in my house to scald. It's just me, and I want to cook in my tub. Well, I want to have them come change that.
They say no job is too small at Shamrock Plumbing, Gina, but I could come over and adjust your water heater. I could. Shamrock Plumbing, any size. They do typical plumbing emergencies, like drain cleaning and leaky faucets. Okay, I'll call them and they'll come over and turn up your water.
Yeah, I don't want you. I want Shamrock Plumbing to come.
Any size system, nobody can beat Shamrock Plumbing's pricing. Call Shamrock for pricing before you buy water heaters or softeners. Their phone number to turn up your water heater, Gina, 801-295-1690, or go to their website, shamrockplumbing.net. Announcing a call for entries for the Radio from Hell First International Film Festival. We're going legit.
Wait, how is this the first? We've done at least 10 Radio from Hell film festivals.
But this one will finally be big. See, it's international. We want global entries from all over the world.
What if we don't get any global entries from all over the world?
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We've got lots more prize money this year. A total of $2,000. That ought to do it.
We'll see.
Rules and details on how to enter the Radio from Hell International Film Festival on X96.
You've reached the offices of Carrie and me, Bill, the Radio from Hell guys. And if you have anything to say to us, we're not picking up, so wait for the beep.
All right, punch in the code.
We should change that message.
Yeah, tell it what we want to do. It'll rewind.
Better man.
And play back our messages.
Anybody's called me.
All right, let's see.
Oh, there's one.
Hello, Bill. It's me, your mother.
My mom.
Now,
hi, Mom.
you know that I don't mind you staying here at the house with me and your father,
Thanks,
but
Mom.
you've got to stop hiding the cat.
What?
Bill, if you're there, you'd better pick up. Bill?
Are you hiding?
Where did you put that damn cat? You little bastard, where did you hide my cat?
Would you give her back her cat?
Carrie, this is Bill. Now, because you refuse to talk with any of your family or friends about this,
don't
they've
listen to
asked
this one.
me to be their spokesman.
Well,
and because you won't talk to me about it face to face, I'll do it here on the answering
What?
machine.
I forgot
Carrie,
this.
please, don't have the surgery.
Oh, come on.
Think about it. We're not talking about something that's temporary. This is major surgery.
Don't do
Once
it.
you have this done, you can't go back to the way you were.
This is
It's
nobody's
forever.
business
Please,
but mine.
If you
all
won't
right?
listen to us, please talk to your therapist about it.
I already
don't
have.
have the surgery.
Would you just
Bye.
look? This is
I'm
none of
sorry
you guys.
that was on the air, but
None of you guys' business.
Hello?
hey, it's my dad.
Bill? It's me,
That's Warren.
Warren.
Yes.
I'm your father.
Father. Yeah.
Now, I know I don't talk very much, but I'd like to say that I'm really grateful that you've done something with your mother's
Cat.
I really don't care for that
Cat. He doesn't like the
It's
cat.
always trying to sleep on my face and suck my breath out.
That's true, actually.
I wonder what he's eating there. Jeez.
Hello, this is Dr. Stevenson's office calling for Carrie Jackson.
Oh.
Mr. Jackson, I called to tell you that OR has been scheduled for your surgery.
Oh, good.
The operation will be January 23rd. That's a Monday.
Hey,
come on,
Report to
Carrie.
hospital check-in at 12 noon.
12 noon.
Surgery is scheduled for 2:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Your estimated hospital recovery time will be about a week,
You're a
depending on
dope.
how fast you
Hey,
heal.
shut up,
If you
all
have any
right?
questions, please call us
You're
here
a
at the
dope
doctor's
to do
office.
it.
This is
Thank you.
nobody's business but mine.
You're
all
dope to
right?
do it.
Hello, Mr. Allred. This is Bob Appleby, head of product research and development for the Loveco Cosmetics Company.
Are you selling
We'd
co-
like to thank you for the donation of the fine cat. Thanks to you and your generosity, we'll be able to test a new line of mascara that will at last be safe and non-toxic on human eyes.
you gave the cat-
As a token of our appreciation, we're sending you a year's
What?
supply of Loveco lipsticks in assorted colors and flavors.
You gave
Thanks again for your support.
your mother's cat.
A year's supply of lipstick. Cool. That's great.
Harry, hi, this is Miss Miller, your psychiatrist.
Oh.
You missed your appointment yesterday, so
I
I
know.
wanted to call you and tell you I think you're making a big mistake.
Told you.
Do
Look.
not go through with the surgery.
Look. Told
Look,
ya.
I know your hero is Captain Kirk. I know how much you admire Captain Kirk. But for the love of God, having plastic surgery to make you look like Captain Kirk is psychotic.
Told ya.
Don't have the surgery.
Told ya. You-
Call me at the office as soon as you get this. Thanks.
You people say...
She's a paid professional.
That's all the messages.
I don't think we should do this again.
I think you're right.
For very
Bill Allred and Gina Barberi on X96.
Is it sponsored?
No.
All right.
Well, it's sponsored by the Travel Brigade, travelbrigade.com.
Don't forget about us.
Here's Kathleen. Here is Kathleen, and here is Jeff. And we're all going to Palm Springs.
I'm interested in this. I'm glad you're talking about this today because, you know, we got President's Weekend coming up, and my husband and I have been talking about maybe we should go somewhere quick.
And I never even thought about Palm Springs until I started. There's this house flipping show.
Yes.
That is based in Palm Springs. And I went, those are some pretty cool houses.
They are. The houses are one of the things we're going to talk about because they have a whole little, retro theme going on in the whole city.
I love that.
We can all go to Palm Springs.
Amen.
And we've got a giveaway at the end of this. It's
from Destination PSP, which stands for Palm Springs.
Palm Springs, and it'll be some retro kitschy thing.
Kitschy thing. You have a couple of choices, so the winner can pick one of the cute things.
So yeah, this is the perfect time. Gina was just saying it's 15 degrees out. There's storms coming next week. The legislature's still in session.
Yeah, there's many reasons.
There's a lot of reasons to get out of town.
So what's the easiest way to get there?
Well, first of all, we wanted to talk about the weather, which was most important. We went 2 weeks ago. It was 72 degrees. It was perfect. And one thing to kind of remember about Palm Springs is people think about going to Vegas because they think it's the desert. But the pools are closed. It's not quite warm enough to do, the pool kind of hot action.
Yep.
If you want to go to Southern California, you better have your wetsuit and surfboard. Otherwise, you're not enjoying the beach. So it's really important to remember that this is a nice, sunny, warm weather. As a matter of fact, we went out there just a couple weeks ago. We were able to swim by the pool, get in the pool. This pasty white girl even got a sunburn a few weeks ago. So I was very happy about that.
And keep in mind that we're just going to be talking about downtown Palm Springs. This whole valley has about 9 different cities, including Coachella, for the music festival, La Quinta for the golf. There's some casinos there, but we're just going to focus on downtown Palm Springs.
Okay, how do you get there? What's the best way?
Well, it's a good point. So you can drive, but let's talk about the easiest and pretty affordable way to get there. Delta right now is the one from Salt Lake that has direct flights to Palm Springs, like the center of the town.
Cute little airport there.
Yeah, cute little retro airport. I looked over the next 6 weeks or sex weeks, whatever works.
Sure.
And $256 is some of the fares that you can get out of here. Salt Lake, you're there in about an hour and a half. We stayed at the Renaissance, which is just a few blocks from the downtown area, and we were sitting in the pool, left on at 11 o'clock by the pool by 12:30.
Yeah, and the airport's just like about a mile from the downtown area. You can find hotels in the downtown area, catch a shuttle, and then you don't need a car all weekend because you're just like 3 blocks from the downtown area, including Palm Canyon Drive. And you just kind of wander around, and there's all these clubs and restaurants, and you can find some new galleries.
Museums.
They all have great happy hours, so just start in the afternoon and wander your way around and find what you want.
So, of course, we always eat when we're out of town. So a couple places we went to the place that was voted the best happy hour called Kaiser Grill. It has over 30 food and drink items on special. They were quite good. Another place that's really popular there is a Lulu California Bistro. It's a great place, really, really cool looking. They also cater to vegan, gluten-free, any dietary.
That's you, Gina.
No, it's not me. I can get meat somewhere.
Yes, you can get meat. No, you can get meat there too.
Okay.
But they're also hosting an Oscar party, so they're promoting that right now with a 4-course special menu. So there's some great other restaurants we went to as well.
One thing I didn't expect to find in a small desert town was a great New York Jewish deli. But oy vey, Sherman's Deli and Bakery, they totally delivered. They've been around since 1963. My test is, do you have really good lox and bagel with the works? And they passed with flying colors. You've got to get some classic California Mexican food, Las Cosuelas, Terraza, giant place, all sorts of areas where you can sit outside, enjoy the weather. They have their own Tequila Hall of Fame. And I don't know how you get in there, how you get voted in.
And I've been really kind of being drawn to tiki bars lately, kind of the retro tiki bars. They have one there. I don't know if it's my fascination with being in the tiki room at Disneyland growing up, although I couldn't drink in the tiki room So maybe this is just both of my favorite things.
Because you hadn't met
combined.
Carrie yet.
Yeah, that's true. So I do love a good
Not
Mai Tai,
trying
but
hard
we
enough.
went to the place called the Tonga Hut. It is the second location. The original Tonga Hut from North Hollywood dates back to 1958. It has a lot of retro stuff and even a hidden room that you can get to through a telephone booth.
And see, I went to the website that you're talking about, and I'm going to be spending a ton of money now because
Good for you.
I love that old atomic.
Oh yeah,
you know
the glassware. Are you talking about Destination PSP?
Yeah, but there's other stuff on there too.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's all that retro atomic age stuff.
Yeah,
and they're really known for their mid-century modern housing, and a lot of Hollywood stars live there. And there are tours you can take where they'll drive you around and show you all these places.
Tours,
a lot of people don't realize Palm Springs sits kind of right under this mountain, and there's a tramway that you can take that takes you up. If you go to x96.com live, thank you, Dylan.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Wow.
There's the Walk of Stars downtown. They also do, out in the desert, they have these huge fields of windmills that power everything out there, and you can actually go tour those.
People are fascinated by that.
A lunchbox.
Oh yeah. There's some good stuff there. And then before we go, I just wanted to mention one thing. Palm Springs is also one of the top cities in the world for LGBT-friendly activities. They have,
really?
So,
yeah.
there's a large gay
If you are
community
gay and retro in like your your 60s, Palm Springs is the place for you. Now,
is this the white party we're showing?
Check it out. This is a white party in Palm Springs.
X96.com/live.
Yeah, they have a huge one that's coming up in April.
Wow.
And then so there's drag shows. There's places like Oscars. You can go to drag shows. These huge white parties, and the white party is just one of like 6 or 7 huge festivals they have every year.
Is it a white party because those people are all white?
I didn't think about that. However, pasty white for their skin could be that. But I wanted to, ladies,
yes.
It's not just for the gentlemen out there.
Okay.
Because they have the Club Skirts Dinosaur Weekend.
Ooh.
The Dinosaur
Weekend. Now, Gina, if you and I want to go sometime just for some observation, I am down. I'm just telling you that.
It sounds like a gateway.
It is a gateway. It's a gateway to... Yeah, where we might be in a few years. Who knows? But the Club Skirts Dinosaur, it is a girlfriend getaway for sure.
All right. I've always wanted to go to Palm Springs.
Well, now you have a good reason.
Yeah.
What's the giveaway we're doing?
It is it's a choice of some items from a place called Destination PSP. PSP stands for Palm Springs, which is the airport code. Carrie's excited to shop there.
Ready to,
if someone would buy that retro lunchbox for me.
It is. No, there is some really cool stuff. And like I said, it's just sort of this place. When you go to California, you're used to very certain vibes and whatever. It's just a totally different vibe in Palm Springs, and it's a good one, a fun one.
I love that retro stuff.
All right, so call 877-602-9696. You'll get the giveaway if you can tell us what was the name of the grill, what grill that they went to, the blank grill that they went to and enjoyed food and
happy
hour, the big happy hour,
huge happy hour.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Travelbrigade.com, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Crash northbound I-15 approaching I-80 East in South Salt Lake. The cars are on the right shoulder, slowing traffic down as it passes. Let's see if there's anything else. We're having a pretty good morning, not like we've had the last couple of days. Crash northbound I-15 27th South. And check our message stream quickly. If you see something, you can text it to us. 33986. Hail is frozen over, so call Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air for a free HVAC second opinion. Call 801-264-HALE, that's HALE, and schedule your appointment today.
Boners round 1 coming up. Here are your candidates. Boner candidate number 1. I have a gun full of deadly AIDS bubbles. Boner candidate number 2. You know, she's a face licker and a crotch grabber, and that's inappropriate.
Oh, wow.
And boner candidate number 3. She is way worse than Cinderella's evil sisters.
All right, we got round 1 of your boners, big boy news, all coming up. Also the meh question of the week, and all kinds of things. Oh, and Gina's going to talk about manners.
Well,
it's very
all
important.
right.
Manners. I'm going to remind you to be polite and don't forget Valentine's Day, because that would be rude.
Those would not be good manners if you forgot Valentine's Day.
And why I'm the one reminding you, I don't know, but here we go. Berries.com it's berries.com. Click on the microphone, enter the code X96. So that's where you can go to find the deal I'm going to tell you about. Of course, Sherry's Berries, I order stuff from their website throughout the year. They got all kinds of wonderful treats and tasty, decadent stuff on there. You ought to go take a look at it. But Valentine's Day, they want to remind you that you can never go wrong with their signature dipped Valentine's strawberries. Dipped in milk, dark or white chocolatey goodness, topped with chocolate chips, heart and glitter sprinkles. Always fresh, always tasty, always worth the wait. And they ship nationally, so you can, long distance Valentine's if you've got one of those. Valentine's Day right around the corner. Send them the Valentine's gift of their dreams at the price of your dreams, starting at just $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Plus, if you order now, you can make this Valentine's really special by adding a dozen red roses for just $19.99 more, shipped with your Sherry's Berries at no extra charge, right in the same box. So go to berries.com, click on the microphone, enter the code X96 at checkout. That's BERRIES.com, the microphone, enter the code X96, order today.
Here at X96, we're not going to pretend that we're the smartest people in the room.
Brother Philip likes Propel water.
It's Jesus' preferred water.
On the right hand of God. America, on the right hand of God.
Excuse us. Are you Brother Philip?
Yeah.
Hi, can we talk to you for a second?
Sure.
Yeah, we do a radio show in Salt Lake City.
Oh, wow.
And we're just talking to your disciples over there. Is that what we should call them? Your disciples?
No.
Your brothers?
That's Jesus' disciples, really.
Oh, your associates. And we were going to chat with them for a second, and they said, well, you should go talk to Brother Philip. He's the
man.
Doing the preacher. The preacher. Now, so you do this every day here in Maui?
Yeah, I try to fulfill this.
And you have signs over there that say, sign of the times. What does that mean, Brother Philip?
It's right. I have to share it.
Pardon me?
St. Matthew.
All right, now Brother
16.
Philip's going to get out a
the Bible. It's a well-worn Bible. Looks like he's had it for a while.
How long have you had that Bible, Brother Philip?
Well, I'm not sure, really.
And it's Matthew we're looking at.
Yeah.
Are you from Maui?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm from heaven, too.
From heaven?
Yes,
well, I guess we're all from heaven.
Praise the Lord. The Holy Bible, heaven.
Uh-huh.
And in the morning, it shall be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
High of 73.
I cannot discern the signs of the times.
Although it was a great album by Prince, I know
That's the
that.
reason why we look in the Bible, because of things that God has spoken is coming to pass today.
Now, Brother Philip, we have a woman here. She is the reason we came to Maui is to do it. We do a radio show together, and but she's actually come here to get married.
Right on.
She'll be married on Monday. And do you have any advice?
God wills.
Pardon?
If God wills.
If God wills.
That means I might not get married if God doesn't will
I've
it.
maintained that all along, but if God wills, you will get married on Monday. But do you have any advice for somebody getting married?
Well,
back to the book.
Back in the book again.
Yep.
19, eh? Was it
all
19?
the answers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Look at that. He knows right where to go in this book. It's like he's read it before.
Not so. Right. And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and the twain shall be one flesh.
Okay.
You're still looking for somebody to perform the ceremony, aren't you? Do you do weddings, Brother Philip?
No, I have a friend who does that.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for talking with us.
I love you. Thank you so much for.
Yep. And thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Brother Phillips, ladies and gentlemen, spreading the word on the streets of Maui on front.
So 9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 7:21. Time now for round one of your boner voting, presenting to you 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. See if it wins here. It's not boner of the day yet. I know in years past, that's the way it was.
Back in the olden times.
A lot of you longtime listeners, that's the way it was. But
we've moved on.
It's changed now. Yeah. It's actually a better experiment this way.
Evolve or die.
Exactly. So we do a round one now with 3 candidates, and we take that winner. Then we do a round 2 with candidates at 8:20, 3 more candidates. Take that winner. We take both winners and throw them into boner fight at 9:20. That's when you officially decide boner of the day. So we're working our way up. Get comfortable. Keep in mind, boner means mistake. Round 1, here we go. Pick your champion. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a Gracie's gift card.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you boner candidate number 1 now, but just before I do that, I'm calling a moratorium on making Donald Trump Jr. a boner candidate now as well.
Really?
His father has never been a boner candidate, I don't think. Maybe once. The president has not been a boner candidate because it would just be too easy.
Well, he'd win every time, and he would have every one because we could find 6 a day.
And now Don Jr. is going to fall into that same category because I saw this morning. Donald Trump Jr. tweeting, Juarez, Mexico had 773 murders in 2017. Directly across the border, El Paso, Texas had 19 murders. The only thing separating them is a wall because wall work. To which someone named Howard Gabbard has replied, Detroit had 267 murders in 2017. Directly across the border, Windsor, Canada had 3. The only thing separating them is a river and gun control and a properly funded school system, universal health care, 12 months of paid parental leave, etc. Because those things work.
Yay.
Thank you.
I love that.
Never again. Never again.
So
here's boner.
So he's not boner candidate number 1.
No.
Okay.
Never again. Here's boner candidate number 1. I have a gun full of deadly AIDS bubbles. A Jordanian man living illegally in Israel was arrested for holding up a bank with a soap bubble gun and threatening to infect a clerk with AIDS, according to a report. The 24-year-old first entered the busy postal bank in the southern city of Beersheba when he passed a teller a handwritten note in grammatically challenged Hebrew. "A robbery. Give me the money quick. I will stab you with a bloody needle. I am sick with AIDS," he scribbled.
That's scary.
The bubblehead also, let's see, they're trying to make a little joke here, scribbled, the bubblehead also attached a syringe filled with a red liquid to the see-through plastic gun as a part of his evil ploy. The teller handed him some cash, while a coworker seated at an adjacent window continued to serve other customers, apparently unaware of the crime in progress. Bank employees alerted police to the crime as soon as the man fled. As the investigation progressed and advanced tools were used, the Israeli police became aware of the identity of the suspect. Next morning, police stationed undercover officers at a postal bank in another community northeast of Beersheba, and the suspect arrived, tried pulling the same stunt. Cops sprang into action and arrested him. During questioning, they discovered that the man was a Jordanian citizen. There was nothing in the bubble gun except bubbles. No AIDS, nothing. Red liquid.
But you don't know that.
It's a bubble gun. Boner candidate number 1, I have a gun full of deadly AIDS bubbles. Here's boner candidate number 2. She's a face licker and a crotch grabber, and I think that's inappropriate. Nancy Oakley is a city commissioner in Madeira Beach, Florida. Well, she's resigned now amid allegations that she got drunk at a fishing contest.
Doesn't everybody get drunk at a fishing contest?
You kind of have to. And did some inappropriate things. In 2012, the town of Madeira hosted a fishing contest to honor a Bahamian sister city. You know, like you would. The city council opted to host this special outdoor meeting, which Ms. Oakley attended after drinking at the competition. There, she accosted Shane Crawford, the city manager at the time, of having an affair with his assistant, Cheryl McGrady, and demanded that McGrady be removed from the meeting. Here it all went to hell, according to the Washington Post. Then, after the otherwise low-key meeting concluded, Ms. Oakley walked up to Crawford again. She allegedly licked his neck and the side of his face, slowly working her way up from his Adam's apple, and then groped him by grabbing his crotch and buttocks. When Mr. McGrady pointed out the inappropriateness of licking a coworker and grabbing his genitals, or Ms. McGrady did, Oakley threw a punch at her. Crawford, who has been suspended from his duties for unknown reasons, let the matter go, since Ms. Oakley didn't run for re-election. Well, she's not going to run for re-election. She won't be around. Just let it go. However, when she ran in 2017 and won, that was a different matter, and voted for McGrady and Crawford to be fired. Crawford then filed an official complaint. And apparently, she's done this to other people as well, licked them and grabbed their crotches, which we find inappropriate. And she has now been fired. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Well, you know, she's way worse than Cinderella's evil sisters.
All right, boner candidate number 3 for round 1, coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
Since 2010, Utah has added 4 new households for every 3 new housing units. There are more households than available housing units, and prices are skyrocketing. Visit UtahHousingGap.com to join the conversation and be part of the solution.
Tragedy.
Oh.
He was one of a kind. He was an original. He'll be missed. 5-time Oscar nominee Albert Finney has died. Family spokesman said the actor died after a short and undisclosed illness. Finney had kidney cancer back in 2011, but it's unclear whether that was what got him. He was at the forefront of a British invasion of sorts, a wave of British actors who hit the screen in the United States in the 60s. He won Oscar nominations for Erin Brockovich.
Okay. You're damn right.
Murder on the Orient Express. Tom Jones, a movie that I really like called The Dresser, and Under the Volcano.
He was not nominated for Big Fish?
No, that movie was not critically...
Because he was brilliant in that.
So was Ewan McGregor.
That whole movie, everybody involved.
I thought it was a great movie, and it was not critically well received.
Yeah, interesting.
I don't know why. It was Tim
Burton.
Tim Burton movie. I always really liked it, but it was not well received. He didn't win, but 5 nominations are pretty impressive.
Yeah.
He did win a Golden Globe and an Emmy for the 2002 miniseries The Gathering Storm. All of those movies mentioned are good. I haven't seen Under the Volcano. If you, you might not like The Dresser. It's a very British movie. It's he plays an aging alcoholic actor who's going on to do a performance of King Lear, and he can't remember his lines, and he's falling apart. And his dresser, played by Tom Courtenay, guy who's backstage to help him with his costumes and that kind of thing, and he abuses him horribly. But it's a really good movie. Let's see. Albert Finney. Let's see what else we have here. So remember when Spencer Cox was here? Why, it was just yesterday, I believe. And
Tuesday?
No,
Thursday.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Someone asked him about the truck ban on the Legacy Highway.
Yes.
It's set to expire. And someone said, "Will it be re-upped? Can we keep the trucks off of the?" And he said, "I think so. I think we will vote to. It'll be well. I don't. It doesn't seem so.
No.
Long-time ban against big rig trucks on Legacy now seems all but certain to disappear. January 1st, Senate committee on Thursday voted down a bill seeking to temporarily extend the truck ban.
I wonder why.
I'll have to sell my house because of the inland port. I think I'll have to sell my house now. Cynthia Shyam yelled at Senate Transportation Committee after it rejected a bill. The Woods Cross resident lives adjacent to the parkway, has a child with cystic fibrosis. She said increased pollution from trucks will force them to leave. They didn't listen to the people, Shyam said, shaking with anger. The hearing was packed with neighbors, wearing flowers to represent the wild ones that grow along the parkway. They worry the parkway is about to change essentially from a country lane to be another Interstate 15. And that's what they will do. They will they will say it will, trucks can go on there. Right now there are traffic lights all along it. They're going to take those out and turn it into an expressway.
There's not traffic lights there.
On Jordan Parkway?
There are.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, there are things to slow traffic along the.
I took it once and I went, well, what's the point? It's got stoplights. I'm not going to take it again.
It's like Bangor. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I've not been on it often.
It doesn't matter.
But anyway, they'll turn it into essentially. They'll change it from a parkway to.
You mean Legacy?
Legacy, yeah.
Legacy.
There's no lights on Legacy Parkway.
Are you sure?
Yes, and I drive it all the time, and you can't drive as fast on it.
60 is the top, right?
Yeah, there's no lights on it.
60
Which
is
one
the
am I
top.
thinking?
I think it's 55, and that's the most. That's the only frustrating thing about it for me.
No, it's nice. It's a calm drive. It's a nice. It's different than driving I-15, and this will make it not different.
Yep.
They'll increase the speed at any rate,
right.
it will not be good. A Senate committee has voted unanimously in favor of dumping the 3-2 beer in favor of heavy brews. The Senate Bill 132, sponsored by Jerry Stevenson of Layton, changes the legal definition of beer in Utah from 3.2 to 4.8 alcohol by volume. It's in response to an issue that Fox 13 has reported on for some time. As bigger drinking states like Oklahoma, Kansas, and Colorado dump the 3.2, Utah will be left alone for the 3.2. And as a result, 3.2 in Utah that won't be enough for the beer producers to produce it. If we don't do this, the selection will be smaller, correct? Said Senate Minority Leader Karen Maine, Democrat. Correct, Stevenson said. Public comment was largely against the bill. Opponents complained that youth drinking would spike.
It won't.
No. And
because they still can't buy it.
I'm opposed to adding more alcohol, said Gail Rosica. Stan Rasmussen of the Sutherland Institute also urged the committee to reject the bill. The lower price of alcoholic beverages, the more overconsumption and underage drinking we see, he said. But supporters of the bill argued that it was about consumer choice. The change in the availability of 3-2 beer has had a significant impact on Maverick's ability to stock different options for our consumers and customers, said the general counsel for Maverick, the state's largest convenience store chain. The Utah Brewers Guild, this is interesting. They are divided. Some support the bill. Others wanted an even higher alcohol content to ensure they have the ability to compete in the market.
Because that's the thing, is that the 4.8 also kind of limits it, your selection.
Yeah.
So, because it should be a little higher than 4.8.
Stevenson said he's not willing to budge on raising the alcohol content beyond 4.8. That's it, he said. That's it. And Bud Light says that they will not apologize for their Super Bowl ad or their anti-corn syrup campaign. Big Corn is all up in their grill about it. Well, they don't care. We're not apologizing at all.
Good.
All right.
This has been Beer Chat.
All right. Let's see. Let's go weather traffic.
Yeah, it's really chilly right now. It's only 15. We'll get up to 35 today, but it will be clear and sunny, and the sky will be blue, and enjoy it while you can before the bad air builds up again. It'll be a nice day. Traffic, we've got a crash northbound Redwood Road at 62nd South in Taylorsville. Expect delays from 70th South. Crash northbound I-15 72nd South on-ramp in Midvale. Crash westbound 5th South ramp to southbound I-15 left shoulder affected there. Crash northbound I-15 27th South in Salt Lake. Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 and a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
Here's boner candidate number 3. She's way worse than Cinderella's evil sisters. A New Jersey woman busted for prostitution played a pretty dirty trick on her sister, trying to beat the rap by identifying herself to cops as her younger sibling. Samantha Humany was stopped by police in Paterson, New Jersey on a prostitution-related charge, but identified herself as 20-year-old Jacqueline Humany, who lives in Florida and is studying to become a teacher. City officials have said Samantha misidentified herself twice when she was being charged and then did not show up in court to face charges, causing warrants to be issued for her sister. Jacqueline, who plans to teach kids with disabilities, recently learned of the situation when a background check for her work revealed the pending charges. Having a potential criminal record could literally ruin my future career as a teacher, Jacqueline said in an interview. The sister's father, Brian, said that his elder daughter is a heroin addict whom he has not seen for years. The family moved to Morris County, Florida more than 10 years ago, he said. A few years later, Samantha, who was 16 at the time, ran away and went back to New Jersey. We don't blame her for what she's done. Well, you should. She has warrants and she's trying to stay out of jail. We blame Paterson, New Jersey. Brian and his wife Cynthia have been trying to clear their younger daughter Jacqueline's name since the citation and a $530 fine for failing to appear in court were sent to her. The family said that they were also fighting a $4,000 bill mailed to Jacqueline after Samantha checked into the emergency room at a Paterson hospital and identified herself as her sister shortly after getting the police citation. At this point, it's out of our hands, said Paterson Police Chief Tony Oswald. Only the court can dismiss the warrant and take it from her criminal record. Oswald said he was unsure if Samantha gave the cops who issued the tickets any identification. She didn't have ID, and so if you don't have ID, you just give any name, and then they have to kind of check up on it and trust your word for it. She gave her sister's name, and now her sister's stuck with all of this on her record. It will eventually be cleared up, apparently. but she's way worse than Cinderella's evil sisters. Boner candidate number 3.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, I got a gun full of deadly AIDS bubbles. It's a man robbing a bank with a bubble gun in Israel. Boner candidate number 2, you know what? She's a face licker and a crotch grabber, and that's inappropriate. A Florida city commissioner resigning after the allegations of drunken face licking and crotch grabbing. And boner candidate number 3, you just heard it. She's way worse than Cinderella's evil sisters.
All right, let's go. This is round 1 of your boner voting. You've got to decide, of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day? Remember, boner means mistake. So if it wins here, it'll have to defeat the winner of round 2's voting. That happens at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. Take the winner of that round, and both of these winners will fight it out in the Boner Dome at 9:20 for Boner Fight. That's when you'll decide boner of the day. So pick your round 1 champion right now. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number. The one that you think should win, put that number, that single digit, in the message of a text. That's all we need. The computer counts it that way. Text it to 33986 or call your vote in 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting February 8 and vote there. You've only got 4 minutes. Let's go. This is round 1.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders. Our elders are tracting their way across the cosmos, looking for prospective converts, when suddenly they find themselves aboard the last surviving battlestar, Galactica, where our elders are introduced to Commander Adama.
Quiet, Muffy. They don't look like Cylons.
Welcome. I'm Commander Adama.
Hi, I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen. We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons. Say, you look like that guy from Bonanza.
I am in command of this fleet, and we are searching for the lost tribe of humans and a shining planet called Earth.
What a coincidence! We're from Earth. Would this lost tribe you're looking for just happen to go by the name of Nephites?
No, I don't think so. What can you tell us of Earth?
Well, everybody there is pretty much like us.
Hey, Lehigh, why don't you show them the Saturday's Warrior holographic disc that your mom sent you?
Look, Muffy. They have more teeth than you do.
And you say this pretty well represents Earth?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Colonel Ty, turn the fleet around and set course for Cylon.
Father, you can't be serious.
Son, if we have to choose between genocide and a life with those Saturday's Warrior people, I'll take my chances with the Cylons.
So, I guess this means that you won't be joining our church then.
Apollo, Starbuck, show these 2 to a launch bay, and make sure they take that holodisc with them.
Oh, Felger Carb.
Elder Jensen, what's your language?
Fleeing the Lex Diaz-Avedo tyranny, the last battlestar, Galactica, sets off for a shining planet called Cylon. Join us next time to hear Elder Jensen say,
Hey, do you think that kid knows that his dog is really just a monkey in an orange dog suit?
On the next brain-numbing episode of Space Elders!
Thank you. Let's see, 7:45. Time to award round 1 of your boners.
Which is brought to you in part by spaghetti and meatballs.
Why do you seem dismayed about that?
Was this in your home?
Yes.
And they did that to you?
There was much discussion.
Who would do that to you?
I'll give you one guess.
Okay.
And did you eat around the meatballs, or did you just go ahead?
I finally acquiesced and said, look, my main objection to meatballs is that they're stupid because they're a pain in the ass to make.
But if you don't make them?
It's ridiculous. I'm not making them. If that's what you want to do, I'll go ahead. I'll smash them
So you smash
when I get them. Yeah,
All right,
of
okay.
course.
Well, that's good.
Get those meatballs away from me.
Exactly right.
And it's Friday. Treated as such, celebrate at Gracie's for Appy Hour. Half-priced apps from 4 to 6 p.m. Stick around for dinner and a show featuring Dave Bowen Orchestra from 6 to 9, followed by DJ Che until close. Adults only.
All right. He said, Dad, if you want, I'll cube them. I'll make... I said, it's even worse.
It's even worse.
That's even worse.
Cubed meat?
That's even stupider. So we had boner candidate number 1. I have a gun full of deadly AIDS bubbles. It's a man robbing a bank with a bubble gun and a syringe. Didn't work out well for him. Boner candidate number 2, you know what? She's a face licker and a crotch grabber, and that's inappropriate, particularly in a government official, I think.
Yes.
And, yeah, she was fired. And boner candidate number 3, she is a way worse sister than Cinderella's evil sisters. The woman who she used her sister's name. She was arrested for prostitution, and she used her sister's name, and her sister's now sort of in trouble. It'll clear up, but not nice. Craig Morris won the Gracie's gift card, and the winner, I would not have thought this. I would have thought number 2, the face licker crotch grabber. But no, boner candidate number 3, the evil sister.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't think that one had a chance.
By 50 votes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We don't pick them. You do.
Oh.
That's the winner of round 1. It is now qualified to be boner of the day. Right now it has a 50-50 chance because we don't know who the winner of round 2 is yet. Round 2 happens at 8:20 with 3 more candidates and more voting. And we take both winners, the winner of each round, and throw them into boner fight at 9:20. And that's when you decide boner of the day. So take a breather, and we'll do this again at 8:20.
Yeah.
So my kids are both injured. Jonesy has a broken arm. Mohammed has what we think is a sprained ankle, but we go to the doctor today to find out exactly. I'm betting he ends up in a cast because it hurts worse than it did a week ago. And he's on crutches. He's got his foot wrapped up and he's on crutches. And we had a bunch of stuff going on yesterday, so Joe said, let's meet for dinner at a restaurant that I will not name, that we love and go to all the time.
Until yesterday.
No. This isn't the
okay.
restaurant.
All right.
And it's always busy. And you walk into the restaurant, and there's like 3 big, long benches where you can sit and wait, when they're busy, wait for your table.
All right.
And I walk in with my young child on crutches, and we walk in, and he goes up with me up to the hostess stand, and how many people, and there'll be 4 of us, and she's like, okay, it's going to be about 25 to 30 minute wait, but you're there, and you're like, we're here, we'll wait. And the benches are full of people between the ages of 18 and 50. Nobody infirm. Nobody.
Yeah. So where you're going with this is you got a kid on crutches.
And not one of them
offered
to let him sit down. Now, is that me being overly sensitive?
Well, let me ask you a question first. Did anybody look up and see that he was on crutches? Because my guess is everybody was on their phones.
All 15 people that were sitting there?
Well, you notice. But then, as a good mother, did you say, excuse me?
No. but we went and found a chair, like an extra chair from a table that people weren't using, and got that for him to sit down. But it took we stood there for a good 8 minutes.
I wouldn't have done that. I would have said, "Excuse me, would you mind?"
I kept thinking, surely somebody is going to see this kid on crutches.
Sometimes you have to prod people into doing the right thing.
It just...
You shouldn't have to.
No, you shouldn't have to.
It just bugged me.
Yeah.
But then I started wondering, maybe because it's my kid, I'm being too sensitive about it. But you'd think at least one of those people would have,
of course,
popped up.
Had I been there,
you would have.
If it had been some other kid,
So
if it had been your kid, I would have just.
Are you suggesting that modern parents are not teaching their kids manners?
But these are adults. I'm talking about the manners of adults.
And they never bothered to learn them as they grew up?
Probably.
I'm surprised the hostess didn't say something.
They were pretty busy. I mean, I
notice?
think they were too busy to. There were so many people there, but.
I
would expect them to do that if an elderly person, not just my kid, but anybody that looked like, especially when everybody sitting there knows it's like if it's a 5-minute wait or something, but if they said it's going to be a 20 to 30-minute wait, you all know how long it is.
I mean, I really think that the people at the Olive Garden should have.
It wasn't the Olive Garden.
Okay. It was just a guess.
I can't
This
remember.
was not the restaurant's fault. This is a restaurant.
No, the host. I think the hostess.
No,
and the host
they were too busy.
But they should have noticed. They should have said, "Oh, there's a kid on crutches," and looked around. And,
I can't remember which city it was in, but I was on a tube train, one of those kind of subway trains, and I was just in my own head, and I was thinking, and I wasn't even paying attention to my surroundings at all. And suddenly I realized that there was an older woman who was, because it was crowded, and she was standing and holding the rail.
Yeah.
And I looked and I saw that, and I was like, oh my.
You felt bad.
She's been on here for about 3-4 minutes. I should probably, and just as I thought I should probably, somebody went, oh, ma'am, please.
Yeah.
And it was just because I was in my own head. I was not paying attention.
Yeah. Sure.
But that's 15 people in their own heads not paying attention. I think the phones, I'm back to the phone thing. I think that most people were like doing this as they waited for their table.
I mean, I would give some of them, but you think one person would have noticed, but nobody did. But
again, did you not see anybody look right at him? Maybe that was it.
I don't know.
Now here's someone in the chat room making a sweeping statement. No, it's totally the Utah mentality, 110%. It's always me first, selfish state in almost all situations.
I mean,
someone who's never traveled, obviously.
People are horrible everywhere.
Yes, everywhere. I'm sick of this. Worst drivers here in Utah. No, you've never traveled.
Yeah, try driving through downtown, I mean, I've been in some cities that are just like, oh my God, you can't believe how bad the drivers are. Kathmandu. Go drive in Kathmandu. Try that.
You can't.
You can, but it's crazy.
So
we'll find out today if we get a cast and
all right.
All of that.
Here's something. I've started doing this. Speaking of manners and things, I've started doing this because it helps me, and I think it helps the other person. But people get skittish or suspicious of it sometimes. I'm at the grocery store, and I take my groceries out to the car in the cart, and then I think it really bugs me when people don't either put their cart back in the receptacle where they go, or walk it back to the store if they're close to the door. They just leave it, in the. So I do either one of those things. But if I'm starting to walk it back to the door and there's somebody getting out of their car to go into the store, I say to them, "Would you like a cart?"
Oh, I do that.
And most of the time people go, "Oh yeah, sure, thanks." But sometimes they go, "What? No."
And they're going to go in and get a cart.
It's like they're worried somehow that I'm.
Don't talk to me.
That I'm doing something weird. No.
Yeah. No, I've done that.
Yeah. All right. Traffic, please.
Crash eastbound I-80 just prior to exit 132 in Salt Lake.
Well, that's because we have the worst drivers here.
Crash northbound I-15 72nd South on-ramp in Midvale. Crash northbound Redwood Road 61st South in Salt Lake. Traffic is using the center lane to get by there. Crash westbound 5th South ramp to go southbound I-15. Left shoulder affected there. And I'm going to check our message stream quickly. You can send stuff if you see it, and it's safe for you to do that. 33986.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll take a break. Meh question is next. Do we know what the question is?
Oh, we haven't picked
No
one
has
yet.
talked
I
to me
picked
about
it the last few times. You guys pick it.
All right. So, Meh question of the week coming up after these. Also, Boner round 2. All that's on the way and more. Okay. Valentine's Day is coming. Yes, I'm the one reminding you. What's wrong with this picture? You should be aware of Valentine's Day on your very own damn self. And I'm here to remind you about proflowers.com. Go there, click on the microphone in the top right-hand page, enter the code X96, and there is a special offer there, but I want you to go to the website and take a look around. They've got, I'm going to tell you about the special that they want you to see, but they've got all kinds of wonderful bouquets and things there. I use them throughout the year. Just to, if you're just sending a get well bouquet, thinking of you bouquets. They're perfect for that. But here is their Valentine's special. Freshly cut, carefully packaged, express delivered. Their flowers arrive in perfect condition. They make it easy to order. You can find the perfect bouquet at the perfect price with the 7-day freshness guarantee. Valentine's Day just days away, but ProFlowers has you covered with an amazing deal on roses. Right now, you can get a dozen assorted roses with a free glass vase for just $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Just go to proflowers.com today, click on the mic on the top right-hand page, enter the code X96, and it will take you to this limited time offer. The roses, $19.99 at proflowers.com. Click on the mic and enter the code X96. Order today.
So you think your kung fu's pretty good, huh? Let's kung fu. Let's do.
Be looking for divine intervention because this morning he spoke at the National Prayer Breakfast, which makes sense. The only
X96 welcomes Third Eye Blind and Jimmy World to USANA Amphitheater Friday, June 21st. Purchase your tickets at all SmithTix locations, smithtix.com. Listen every day this week at 8 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m. for your chance to win a pair of tickets to this epic show. Get all the details at x96.com. I'm going to give you a keyword, and you will text that to 33986 for a chance to get tickets. The keyword is swimming, SWIMMING, swimming. Text it to 33986.
All right. Is the question sponsored?
Yes, the Blocks is downtown Salt Lake, and there are more than 80 events every month. For a full listing of performing and visual arts events, visit theblockslc.com.
All right. Here it is. The best question. Question of the week.
It came in to radio from hell at x96.com. Put best question in the subject line and send it to us.
This comes from Sean Jensen. And Sean will win something, right?
We get something for Sean?
I got a thumbs up from Richie, so
okay.
Something will be...
Yeah. I have heard a couple of startling statistics lately. One being that while only 5% of the world's population is in the United States, 80% of the opiates used worldwide are in the United States. And that it has now become more likely in the U.S. that you will die of an overdose rather than a car accident.
Is that true?
I don't know. But could be. We all understand that it is an epidemic and a real problem. So my question is, what's the fix for the opioid epidemic? Thank you, Sean.
All right, how many minutes do we have to solve this problem? 5 minutes. Okay, let's put our heads together. Let's get this done. Come on, people.
I've heard it argued persuasively, and I don't know if I'm totally on board with this, but one solution, a partial solution, is first of all to legalize all drugs that are being used illegally. Legalize them all.
Won't that just mean you overdose on different kinds of drugs?
Not necessarily, no. It will. You would have the same number perhaps for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But if you legalize all drugs, then first of all, the crime rate would drop because you don't have to steal and murder to get them. They're available.
Here are the statistics he was talking about. This is from the National Safety Council.
Okay.
Odds of dying by accidental opioid overdose are 1 in 96. Odds of motor vehicle crash, 1 in 103.
Oh, so that's right.
But worse than both of those, which is a whole other discussion.
Yeah.
Suicide.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Really?
Wow. What I was afraid of.
1 in 88.
And you could perhaps tie some of that to
the opioids.
So there is that legalization, and then it makes also treatment easier. Treatment is easier.
The other side of that, though, is, and actually, I have had family members on both sides of this.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. There are plenty of people that have cancers and various other painful medical problems that require them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the paranoia about the opioid epidemic is making it more difficult for people that actually have legitimate need to have access to them.
Yeah.
It makes it hard for them too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that, I mean, but we're
That's
talking
not
about, but we're talking about how do you fix it?
Yeah,
how do you fix it? And I've just heard and I forget who the guy was, but it was not a crackpot. He was a scientist, social scientist, and he has very persuasive arguments. And you take away, if you legalize all of them, see, when you arrest people and you imprison them for drugs, that even if they get clean, they have a criminal record, and it makes it almost impossible for them to come back and be productive members of society.
Mm-hmm.
They can't do.
Well, I mean, to your argument though, Bill, Portugal has done that. And here's a story that someone in the chat room just sent us. Portugal's radical drugs policy is working. Why hasn't the world copied it? Since it decriminalized all drugs in 2001, Portugal has seen a dramatic drop in overdoses, HIV infection, and drug-related crime.
Yeah,
I wonder why, though. Why would that?
It's because people aren't killing each other to get drugs. They're not stealing to get drugs. Organized crime hates the idea.
Mm-hmm. Now, see me, I mean, there's merits to your legalize everything. Mm-hmm. I know America won't go that far right away. So let's work our way to that. But in the meantime, I think we need to hold the drug companies more responsible.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not necessarily a fan of things that aren't natural. I prefer when it comes to that sort of thing. That's why the marijuana and the mushrooms and things like that, I think, are preferable.
Mm-hmm.
And so I honestly think that if you were to give someone an alternative to the OxyContin legally, that they might choose, mushrooms or marijuana over that.
Sure, I'm sure that's true.
And they're not addictive.
Here's the thing with OxyContin. That should only be prescribed to very, very, very sick people.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a time-released. The idea behind it being you're a cancer patient and it's hard for you to take pills.
Yeah.
So in order for you to take fewer pills, you can just take this time-released opioid once a day or whatever, and it will last you all day. That's not a horrible idea.
See, there are people like me who can't take those drugs.
But people that take them and go, oh, well, but if I crush it up, I can get all that. It's people misusing it.
Yeah.
I don't think that OxyContin itself is a bad thing. There are people that could be very helpful for.
And I can't take them. I'm allergic to all of those class of drugs.
Yeah.
I break out in hives and I itch.
Here's Amy in the chat room. My mom is now a happy pothead and in less pain than she was when taking big quantities of opioids.
Oh yeah, well my dad with his MS.
Exactly.
He hates the opioids for his pain and would love the option of medical marijuana. He would prefer that. I know he would.
Oh, apparently there's a TED Talk about Portugal.
Yeah,
And
it's
and it has to do with not stigmatizing drug use so that the addicts aren't cast aside, ashamed. Instead, they have, connection and support.
And somebody said they'll still steal money to buy the drug. Well, the drugs become way less expensive.
Yeah.
When you decriminalize it all.
And we can't do things because as Steph put it, criminals are going to criminal, so let's not do anything. You can't approach things that way. All right. Well, I'm glad we solved that.
I don't think you did.
I don't. But the thing is, it serves Big Pharma's agenda to demonize drugs,
especially
like
marijuana.
Marijuana and other drugs. It serves their agenda.
Because if you could grow a painkiller in your backyard or in the window box, that's going to hurt their business. All right, there we go. Traffic.
Yes?
Oh.
I was going to say just a quick programming note for the Radio from Hell show on Tuesday. The guy who is writing the bill for the state of Utah, he contacted us.
Did you not tell him? No.
Oh, no?
We're not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Thought somebody told you. All right.
Crash northbound I-15, milepost 275 prior to Pleasant Grove Boulevard. The HOV lane is closed. Crash eastbound I-80 just prior to exit 132 off to the right shoulder. Let's see, car slid off the freeway eastbound I-80 near Mountain Dell. Let me check our message stream, see if anybody sent anything in there. Nope, but if you do see something, you can get it to us if it's safe for you to do so. 33986. Want something extra with your wrap? Subway restaurants, you can buy any signature wrap and get a 21-ounce drink for only $1 more. Stop by Subway today and save.
All right.
Here are your boner candidates for round 2 coming up. Number 1. I have a prosthetic leg. Oh, excuse me. Having a prosthetic leg can handle. Sorry.
Take 2.
I need another gummy. Having a prosthetic leg can come in pretty handy. Number 2. I'm sorry. I was just watching my morning shows. And number 3. It's pretty common to be nervous right before the wedding vows.
All right, round 2 of your boners coming up after these, along with big boy news and a pinuendo. New Dwello Homes.
Text the word money. Money, money, money. Money, just one time, to 62687.
That's going to get you to Lolly at New Dwello. And what she's done is gathered up a bunch of different ways you can save up to what, $24,000?
$24,124. $28,124 to be exact. She will send you a map with new home areas. These are builders who are building new homes, and this is down payment money for new construction only. So if you want to build a new home, there are 800 different new home communities. You'll get this map if you text the word money to 62687, and then information about how to get up to $28,124 in down payment money. And it's not money that you have to give back either or pay back. It's free and clear grant money. New Dwellers created this interactive builder map. Search over these new home communities, and you will perhaps get hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars in down payment money.
Mm-hmm.
So text the word money to 62687.
And now, here's another unromantic moment in Valentine's history.
Spell it with me now, S-P-E-A-R, and now we'll use it in some dialogue. Today, our Utah friends, LeVar and LeGrand, have decided to get out of the heat by taking in a movie in the cool, air-conditioned comfort of a local movie theater. Again, the word is spear.
We got a few minutes before the movie starts, LeVar. I think I'm going to get me some snacks at the snack bar.
What the heck movie have you drugged me to anyhow, LeGrand? There's a bunch of kids here in this theater.
You know, it's The Lion King.
The Lion King? Well, who plays the king, and what the hell's he got to lie about? All these kids shouldn't ought to be seeing a movie about liars.
Oh, no, The Lion King. Like the animal.
Huh?
You know, L-I-E-O-N, lion. Big cats, lion.
Oh.
It's a cartoon that Walt Disney drew.
You drugged me to a flippin' cartoon movie? I knew there's too many kiddies in here. Got down, sat on a bench, LeGrand. I may be having to vomit partway through.
The Lion King is supposed to be real good, even for the grown-ups, LeVar. And they say the music is real fine. It was wrote by that Elton John.
Who? Well, who the hell is the Elton John?
Well, he's a singer and a writer who's got lots of hit music. He's one of them men what likes other men, but he's still a very good musician.
Cheese and rice, LeGrand. You mean there's men that's attracted to other men?
Yeah.
That's square.
Well, I didn't know about it myself until I read it in the newspaper and in Newsweek.
Oh.
Anyhow, I'm going to the snack bar. I can't get through a movie without some popcorn and a drink and some nachos and some junior mints and a box of goobers and some malted milk balls and a pack of red vines. You want anything?
Nope. I got my refreshment right here, LeGrand. I sneaked in this can of Vienna sausages and one of them Army surplus MREs, and this.
What's that, canteen of water?
Nope, ain't water. Nope. Spear.
Spear?
Yep, spear.
Spear? God almighty, LeVar! You better hope the usher don't catch you.
Oh, yeah, like Mr. 16-year-old pimple monster's gonna be a real threat. And I'm telling you, LeGrand, if I don't catch me a beer buzz, I'll never make it through this cartoon. Hey, is Mickey Mouse in this? Plenty right now. Time for round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you'll decide with your votes of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. See if it wins here. It's the winner of round 2. Good for you. You're not boner of the day yet. Got to defeat the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. We'll take both of the winners, put them into boner fight at 9:20. And that's when boner of the day will be decided, and then boner of the week after that. So pick your champion for round 2 now. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote, and one of you lucky random boner voters will receive
tickets to see Sublime with Rome.
Here's boner candidate number 1. You know, having a prosthetic leg can come in pretty handy.
It can?
Well, unless they catch you. The discovery of cocaine hidden inside a Virginia inmate's prosthetic leg has led to an investigation into a suspected drug distribution operation at the jail. The Freelance Star reports officers acting on a tip about drugs stashed in a Rappahannock Regional Jail cell located the 3 to 7 grams of cocaine inside the prostheses last month. The search warrant affidavit lists the name of the leg's owner, but the newspaper isn't printing it because he hasn't been charged in the case. They're just fingering the leg at this point, not the owner. He was already jailed on a marijuana possession charge. The affidavit said his girlfriend collected drug payments from other inmates who the Cash App through a Cash App mobile service. It's probably a Venmo, you know. It's still not clear how the drugs got into the jail. But they did, and then he kept them in his leg, you know, and then he'd walk around and say, I got your stuff. You know.
In my leg.
Nobody's going to look there.
It's in the leg. The girlfriend is now jailed on unrelated charges. Her name has not been released either. But, you know, having a prosthetic leg when you're in jail, particularly, it can come in kind of handy. A leg can come in handy. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hey, boner candidate number 1. Here's boner candidate number 2. I'm really sorry. I was just watching my morning shows. A New Jersey school bus driver, not a bus school, a school bus driver, has been arrested for allegedly watching some porn on his phone in front of the school children who were getting onto the bus.
Oops.
Frank LaFortune of Burlington. LaFortune, yeah.
Never crossed his mind that this might be, inappropriate?
I guess not. He was charged with obscenity. According to police staff members from the Indian Hills Elementary School, were notified on Monday that 2 kids at the school told their parents, "We saw the bus driver. He was watching something kind of icky on his phone."
Oh.
They got on the bus around 8:30 in the morning. The parents of the children later reported the alleged incident to the state troopers. He's sitting there. He was watching his morning shows. And then when they got on the bus, he went, "Oh, okay.
Oops, all right.
Time to go." What? I didn't know. I was just watching my morning shows. Boner candidate number 2.
All right.
Guess that's not right, huh?
No.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. It's pretty common to be nervous right before the wedding vows.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 for round 2. Coming up after this big boy news and a Pinuendo, brought to you by.
Enjoy a passionate night out at the Melting Pot with their featured menu for Valentine's Day. Reservations are going fast. Featured menu will be available the entire Valentine's weekend. Reservations at meltingpot.com/Salt Lake City.
So, Ariana Grande, she was engaged to Pete Davidson.
Oh, they were engaged?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was that far.
Yeah.
I just thought
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were an item.
Well, no, they were engaged, Carrie. Don't you remember? I had lots of stories about them ring shopping and all. You don't pay much attention.
I don't remember the ring shopping
Yeah,
story.
I think what happens, and I understand why, because you don't give 3 S's about it.
Well, no, but
you don't even give 2 F's. You don't even give 2 F's about it.
People told me it was in bad taste to put Pete Davidson on my Deadpool this year, so I didn't.
So anyway, they were engaged, and now they're not. And so someone yelled out at Ariana Grande, "Well, what do you think about Pete and Kate Beckinsale being together?" And she said, "I think they are so cute together."
Oh.
Page 6 exclusively reported that Davidson and Beckinsale, Davidson being 25 and Beckinsale being 45, were getting flirty. Maybe they're getting flirty. I don't think they've been seen canoodling.
Yeah, they
But they've been flirting.
They were
No,
holding hands.
that's not
kind of
canoodling.
canoodling.
No,
I don't know.
That's not considered canoodling.
My definition, I wouldn't say
No.
that's canoodling.
No, holding hands is just being flirty.
Canoodling, I think, involves forehead touching.
Yeah, you have to be forehead touching and shoulder
forehead
and shoulder rubbing.
Yeah,
kind of
you're touching each other's foreheads,
shoulder bumping
and shoulder bumping.
Yeah, that's canoodling. You have
like
to touch
canoodling.
canoodles to be canoodling. So anyway, they were cute, and then a little while later they got cozy, but they didn't canoodle.
Now, what's getting cozy?
Well,
that's arm around you. I think.
Is it arm around you at a restaurant?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
They get a little cozy, they do a little flirty stuff, but no canoodling has been spotted yet. Nancy Pelosi agrees with me.
What's that?
I have said
that there should not be bald meat.
No, that they haven't been
She's on the
canoodling.
record.
No, they haven't been canoodling or colluding.
Or colludeling.
They haven't been colluding. No, I was asked directly. Chris Van Oker looked me in the eye during the Van Oker report.
Those dead eyes, those doll's eyes of his.
And he said...
The Van Oker Group podcast?
Yes, I was going to get to that. The Van Oker Group podcast that you can get wherever podcasters... There's a new one out right now, wherever your podcasts are sold. And Dave Owen, not being quite as mean as he usually is.
Wow, what happened?
But I don't know. He, I suspect... Well, I won't say what I suspect. I think Dave had a nice night the night before.
Okay.
Anyway, canoodling. Chris Van Oker said, do you think there'll be another government shutdown? And I said, no, I don't think there will be.
Really?
And Nancy Pelosi predicted that the federal government will not shut down again as well, she said. Republicans learned their lesson after the 35-day closure that ended last month. She said, I have a club that I started. It's called the Too Hot to Handle Club. And this too hot to handle issue is government shutdown, she said. The California Democrat said she believes the bipartisan panel of House and Senate lawmakers will broker a deal on border security before the February 15 deadline for funding the government. There will not be another shutdown. No, it is not going to happen, Pelosi said, adding that she will support whatever deal the panel comes up with, except for a wall. Much of the government closed at midnight, December 22nd, you remember, after the White House and Congress reached a deadlock. She said, I don't believe it will happen. I agree with Bill Allred, she said. I heard him say that on the Van Oker
on that
group.
and the bald meat thing.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't care for bald meat either. Excuse me, I need to take a drink of coffee.
Go ahead.
Mill Creek coffee?
Go
Take
right
a sip
ahead.
of Mill Creek coffee, Bill.
Steph's already listened to your Van Oker Group episode and loved it. It's a
Thanks,
great
Steph.
episode again.
Thanks. The Senate Judiciary Committee advanced the nomination of a controversial nominee to serve on Utah's federal bench. As Republicans move to install a slew of President Trump's picks against Democratic pushback, the GOP-led committee voted along party lines, 12-10, to move Howard Nielsen Jr.'s nomination to the full Senate as part of a package of judicial nominees. Nielsen, who attended Brigham Young University and is now a lawyer in Washington, has faced opposition for his previous legal work to end same-sex marriage in California and for a memo he wrote while at the Justice Department arguing that the Geneva Conventions only protected civilians in enemy custody held on U.S. soil and not abroad.
You stink!
Now, listen, Nielsen, who is the son of former Utah Representative Howard Nielsen, he has been given a vote of no confidence. The Leadership Conference on Civil and Human Rights has criticized Nielsen's nomination, noting that the Stanford Law School professor Beth Van Schack, who had served as the deputy to the ambassador at large for war crimes issues at the State Department, said his memo set forth a crazy and dangerous theory about the applicability of the Geneva Conventions that would also countenance the extraterritorial torture of civilians. So they don't like him.
No.
People who vote on things legal say, we don't think he's a good lawyer.
People who know.
So Donald Trump is pushing him in there, and our Senator Mike Lee says, I think he's an excellent attorney and would make a great person.
He sounds like, to me, what Orrin Hatch once described as an activist judge.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it sounds like to me.
Mike Lee says, I've worked with Howard, and I know him to be an attorney of unusual character, intellect, and someone who proceeds with much caution. It is a matter of undisputed fact that he was not the author of that memo about the Geneva Convention. Well, I think that there is some question about that. Let's see what else we have here. The House Republicans here in Utah are considering a fallback plan. Now, right now, in the Medicaid issue, there is that poison pill in there that if there are no government waivers, the Medicaid will just fall dead and we'll be back to square one, and there will be no
start all over again.
There will be no Medicaid expansion. Well, apparently there are some Republicans in the House and that are thinking about ways to take that poison pill out.
Oh, good.
Well, good.
So that there will be ways to work around and keep Medicaid going, and I hope that does happen. A frozen cat was found buried in the snow in Montana. The cat's name was Fluffy, and they thought maybe it was dead, but the veterinarian said, let's see if we can bring the cat back.
Wait a minute.
Sometimes
dead is better.
Yeah. Amazing
I don't think
success.
you try to bring the cat back.
Different circumstances, Gina.
Amazing success and survival. Some clients found their injured cat buried in the snow. They brought her to us essentially frozen and unresponsive. The cat's temperature was very low, but after many hours, she recovered and now is completely normal.
It was only mostly dead.
I don't know. I wouldn't go to bed with that cat roaming around the house.
Speaking of which, there's a new trailer for Pet
I
Sematary.
know. That's what made me think of it.
Just released yesterday. So
I'm not. I would never go to that movie. I don't
You
care.
wouldn't?
No.
It looks cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Never go to it.
You saw the first one, didn't
I
you?
hated the first one.
Well, the first one didn't scare me.
The first one wasn't very good, but I hate the book. I hate everything about it. It's dead kids coming back to life. It's awful.
This one looks scary.
It's just there's something about the
I know,
book
it's
that's
scary.
wrong.
It is.
It's terrible.
One more quick story.
Austria, the country, has been ordered to pay. I'm sorry about this, Ed. $1.7 million for Adolf Hitler's house. I know. I think Ed was hoping to pick it up on the market at a cheap price and flip it.
But no.
The Austrian government has been ordered to pay the former owner of Adolf Hitler's childhood home the equivalent of $1.7 million. The district court in Rheinland-Pfalz ruled on Thursday that government officials, see if you just say it hard, it doesn't matter how you
Sounded
pronounce
like
it.
German.
Using a compulsory purchase order to buy the property in 2016, significantly shortchanged the owner, Gerlinde Palmer. The decree. So apparently they bought it from her, but they just, they gave her way less than what she thought it was worth.
Mm-hmm.
And so the court has ordered Austria to pay her more. For decades, Hitler's birth country has tried to seize control of the three-story property where Hitler was born. This was to make sure that the new owner wouldn't try to exploit the property by glorifying its morbid past. Palmer, who is a descendant of the original house owners, was awarded 1.5 million euros, or $1.7 million, which was the amount she had asked for after an initial appraisal. While an appeal is possible, the government hadn't decided on Thursday if it would appeal. Hitler was born on an upper-floor apartment and resided there until the age of 3. Though he showed no interest in the property in the later stage of life, it became a Nazi symbol during the leader's rule and magnet for neo-Nazis long after his death.
Just tear it down.
Tear it down.
Well, I think the government of Austria, that's kind of what they want to do. So,
All right. Sports, weather, traffic.
Well,
yes.
Real Salt Lake.
Yes.
They're
stopping by sometime this morning.
Yeah,
I think, aren't they?
we're just 30 days away from soccer, believe it or not.
Really?
What? What? It was just over, wasn't it?
There's no doubt. So they get right back to it.
Wow.
Okay.
And they're launching their new jersey today. So, 9 a.m., the first 150 people to purchase the jersey will get a matching scarf for free.
Nice.
So go to x96.com for your chance to win a brand new jersey and matching scarf. I really like the jerseys. They're good looking. I think people are gonna.
I need to see one up close. I saw the picture. Look, but I need to see it up close.
Yeah.
So if they could do that,
And
that would be nice.
so they're coming by, I think, in a little bit. And your prayers worked. The power of prayer has kept Derek Favors and Ricky Rubio in Salt Lake City. No trade happened yesterday.
See, and I think this was just a
No,
rumor.
it was on the table.
There's a rumor.
Harry.
There's a rumor that I'm up to be traded.
And you know what we haven't mentioned in sports? Frank Robinson died.
Oh,
yes.
that's right.
83 years old, Major League Baseball's. I mean, he was a great player, but he was Major League Baseball's first black manager, and he was not a token manager either. I mean, he was a good manager. He was a great baseball player, and he was a really good baseball guy and a really good manager too. Frank Robinson, say he was 83.
And somebody said that he has a Utah connection. Wasn't he a manager of the Ogden Reds or something like that?
I don't
Or he
know.
played for them or something?
He was affiliated. Well, I'll check and see.
Somebody in the chat room or somewhere texted me that.
He might have been. Let me check.
Yeah. All right.
Weather brought to you by Geico. You have a choice of the ways you could save on car insurance. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. Go online to geico.com or stop by the Geico office nearest you. Cold. It's only 19 degrees right now. We'll get up to about 35 for a high. Traffic. Let's see. Friends of the program say Beck Street stop and go inching along for the past 15 minutes. Still haven't made it to Rose Park yet. Somebody else says debris, southbound I-15, all lanes at 106 South. What kind of debris? Like Skittles or what? crash northbound I-15 just prior to Pleasant Grove Boulevard. The HOV lane is closed there. Crash northbound I-15 72nd South on-ramp. And it looks like that's about it. If you see something, you can send it to us. Text it at 33986.
Frank Robinson, at age 17, got his start in professional baseball, Class C, with the Ogden Reds in 1953.
There we go.
They were part of the Pioneer League, and he played home games at the now-demolished John Affleck Park.
All right. Let's see. Time for that.
Oh, boner candidate number 3. It's pretty common to be nervous right before the wedding vows. A Pennsylvania couple's wedding ended in a drunken brawl after the groom hit on an underage waitress, then followed the teen into a bathroom stall and groped her, according to prosecutors. You know, it's common to have jitters right before. Matthew Amers was charged Wednesday in connection with the nightmare nuptials at a country club in Northampton Valley, the Philadelphia Inquirer reports. Court documents detail a wedding from hell in which the groom left in handcuffs. The newlywed now faces numerous charges, including indecent assault, imprisonment of a minor, and disorderly conduct. During the reception, Almers allegedly hit on a teen waitress, asked her to go outside and make out. The groom then propositioned the teen by saying they could do whatever you want, she told police, adding that the experience had left her shaken. The waitress said she rejected him, but he later followed her into the women's bathroom, pulled her into a stall where he allegedly groped her and exposed himself. Police later responded to reports of a fight at the country club and found the groom pushing and punching people. Amers allegedly called officers derogatory names and tried to provoke a fight when they arrived at the scene. A brief struggle ensued before police took Mr. Amers into custody. You know, it's pretty common to be nervous right before the wedding vows, but this is a little extreme. Boner candidate number 3.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Yeah, having a prosthetic leg can come in pretty handy until they catch you. Authorities finding cocaine stashed in a jailed man's prosthetic leg. Boner candidate number 2. I'm sorry, I was just watching my morning shows. A bus driver arrested for watching porn on his cell phone while kids were getting onto the school bus. And boner candidate number 3, it's pretty common to be nervous right before the wedding vows.
All right, here we go. This is round 2 of your boner voting. You've got to decide, of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst, which one is the most worthy to be declared the winner of round 2 and go forward to possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. So pick your champion for round 2 now. Send it forward, 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number, the one you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text. That's all we need in the message of the text so the computer can count it easily. It doesn't get confused. 1, 2, or 3. Text that to 33986. Or you can call, use your voice to vote. Parker is taking votes in the producer's booth. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Voting February 8, 2019 and vote there. You better hurry, though. You only got 4 minutes, so let's go. This is round 2 of your boner voting. Go.
When Carrie, Bill, and Gina run out of things...
I haven't dyed my goatee.
Don't. Look
Well,
stupid.
I'm not going to. You, however, Gina, should.
Dye my goatee?
I think
Is
so.
it embarrassing?
Yeah. It is. It's getting to be embarrassing.
People are talking.
You dye your hair and you dye your eyebrows, but you just let your nose hairs and your and your goatee go. And when you have gray nose hairs and a gray goatee,
I've been nose waxing. I've been going to your nose
You
wax
have?
place. Yes. What do you can't tell?
no, I don't make a habit of looking up your nostrils.
Good, I'm glad.
I looked up your old address one time, but I didn't. But I've never looked up your nostrils. Why do you go more than? I mean, I go once every 3 months or
They
something.
call me. Don't they call you? It's been about a month since you've been in.
No.
Got to get on that frequent waxer program.
There's a punch card.
Have you had Jules do it?
No, because the first time I went to somebody else, and so now I'm on.
Well, see,
her.
I think Jules is kind of a hippie or something.
She's a free spirit.
She doesn't. She does. She said. I think she said one time she'd call me, and then she never does.
No, this girl's like, Valentine's Day's coming up. You might want to get your nose waxed before Valentine, because that's what you do before.
See, you haven't noticed any hairs hanging out my nose.
Well, it's hard because you've got a mustache, so it's hard to tell where the nose hairs begin and the.
So until it becomes really obvious, I don't have anything. I don't have any need to do it.
What's gross is when it is really obvious, even when you have a mustache. The nose hairs. Because I think some people think, well, I don't need to take care of that.
And it's usually just one rogue hair I'll notice. I'll go, wait a minute. Oh, my God.
That's why I keep tweezers in the car. Best light. Best place to do that.
In the car?
In the car with your visor down in the mirror. The light's great. You can get right up in there.
You might try concentrating on the driving part of it.
Well, I'm not doing it while I'm driving.
What do you...
If you see me in a parking lot, I'm probably plucking a hair out of somewhere.
I'd better pull over and pluck a hair out of something.
You've never looked in that mirror in the bright sunlight and gone, oh, I didn't know I had hair there?
Yeah, well, I have. But I can't.
Tweezers in your car.
But it's only when I'm standing on the seat. That's the only time I've ever noticed. It's when I'm standing on the seat and bending over to reach something. I didn't know I had hair there.
Wait a minute.
Somebody get me some tweezers and a long arm. So, anyway. I guess we ought to start the show.
Thank you.
Ow. I don't tweeze the hairs in my nose because it brings a tear to my eye.
Oh.
Every time I do it, it's like you pull it, and doesn't it do that to you?
Sure.
Doesn't it make your eye go bloop? And
That's how I can get away with seeing Chappie in the theaters, because the robot's going to die at some point. $8:46, time to award round 2 of your boners.
Which is brought to you in part by White Bread.
And Sublime with Rome at the Great Saltaire on June 12th. Purchase your tickets now at all SmithTix locations, SmithTix.com, or the Great Saltaire box office. Get more details at x96.com.
So we had boner candidate number 1. Having a prosthetic leg can come in rather handy time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you can actually store things in it,
Yeah.
Like extra food.
Sure.
Your lunch. Cocaine.
Meatball.
Would you just knock it off with that?
I don't know why I'm stuck in that. It's
you
stuck in my
really
head
Stuck
right
on
now.
the meatball.
It really is.
Yeah.
And and cocaine and in the jail, and they caught him. Then there was boner candidate number 2. I'm sorry, I was just watching my morning shows. I guess he just didn't. The bus,
Why are you giving him a
school
pass?
bus driver? Because I think he's dim. I'm not giving him a pass. He's just dumb. He's just sitting there looking at porn on his phone while the kids are getting on the bus, like it was an everyday thing.
Oh, I'm not supposed to.
Oh, is that wrong?
All right.
Oh, inappropriate setting, I suppose. And then boner candidate number 3. It's pretty common to be nervous right before the wedding vows, or right after the wedding vows. I mean, this guy was he was nervous about the marriage. That's why he hit on an underage waitress, and then started punching people. The groom, that is. Let's see. The winner of the Sublime and Rome tickets was someone named Hunter Lotz. And the winner of the boner voting was boner candidate number 2. I'm sorry, I was just watching my morning shows.
All right. It's your winner of round 2. And now we have a boner fight coming up at 9:20. We get these 2 winners, round 1 and round 2. And we'll throw them both into boner fight at 9:20 this morning. That's when today's boner of the day will be decided by you. So choose wisely. All right? There's a lot riding on this. A lot.
A lot?
Very important. This is like one of the most important things.
Life or death?
Well, I won't go that far, but
and don't vote a straight party ticket.
Yeah, I'll just say it's not life or death, but I will just say your children are watching. That's all. Okay. So boner of the day coming up at 9:20, and then Dave the flower guy will decide boner of the week after that. All right, so now what is this?
Well, I can't remember, but Bill had some horsey question for me the other day.
Pulling horses.
It was about pulling horses.
Or horse pulls.
And saying, well, Gina should know this because she's a horsey person. And there was some question as to whether I was actually...
Your bona fides were questioned because I had to answer the question for you.
Somebody...
Not by me. I know you're a horsey girl.
Somebody said, I don't think she's ever been on a horse. And
oh, she has.
I've seen pictures of you on a horse.
I should have brought some of those,
oh,
too.
Yeah.
But I went and dug up my trophies. They're in a box in the storage room.
What would Marie Kondo say about that?
They bring me joy.
They spark joy.
Do they?
They spark joy.
Because they remind me of a time when I knew how to do horsey things.
Well, how many trophies do you have?
Well, if you, I think, go to x96.com/live.
Is that all of them?
Those are all, now those aren't my, I didn't get out my ribbons because I have a bunch of ribbons, but I just got out
the trophies.
The trophies.
1, 2, 3,
That's 5.
4, 5 trophies. For
so I'll go through with what they were for.
Okay, this saddle horns. What's that?
What's saddle horns?
So saddle horn. So each group, each 4-H group, or junior posse group, you have a name.
Okay.
And you each take turns hosting horse shows. Now my group, we were the saddle dusters.
Saddle dusters?
The saddle dusters.
Because you get on a dusty saddle and it immediately is undusted.
Well, it just means you're working people. You're but so whatever the group was, their trophies had their name on it. So that first the saddle horns was the name of a group. And I think that one was for fitting and showmanship.
Yeah. That's what it says.
Fitting and showmanship is, like at the Westminster Dog Show when you like run around with your dogs, they
see
have
how
to
he trots.
See how they move and how they're groomed and how they, Carrie's demonstrating.
I've seen enough of those dog shows.
It's
you
like
look like a crazy man. Is
I'll
what
tell
you
you.
look like.
I'll be honest with you. If I went back in time and told 16-year-old Carrie, you're going to enjoy watching dog shows someday, I would have punched future me in the face.
Punch future me. So it's like that, but with horses. So you're showing off that
do they sex them too, like they do at dog shows?
No,
You don't need to.
It's pretty obvious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a boy.
You don't have to go looking for. But you're not. So you're not riding. You're leading your horse around and showing them. And so I have a couple of those trophies are for that. One of them is for the written test.
There's a written.
Get a trophy for
there's
the
a
written
trophy
test.
for that?
That's pretty great.
So before,
That's a ribbon. That's not a trophy.
No. Because
All right.
part of being part of 4-H was they wanted you to learn about horses and stuff.
By
so-
the way, when you were on the posse, did you get a gun and a badge?
No, I
Oh,
wish.
man, did you get a rope?
No.
To string somebody up with when you
No.
caught them?
They
No?
didn't call us out to go after bad guys.
What a
But
pos-
so written test, yeah, you had before every horse show they had a written test, which was one of my favorite parts of it.
Yeah, the writing was. I like the writing and the writing.
One of them is for trail,
Trail?
That's that one right there.
which is they put a series of obstacles out on in the arena. Your horse has to step over some logs without touching them. You have to be able to walk through some narrow. They make it like what a trail would be like out in the wild.
You
is
have
it-
to pick your way through it.
Now, is it like at the dog show, a set thing, or do they surprise you?
Well, you know what.
Do they
Okay.
do they have like a guy jump out and go, whoa! Try and spook your horse and
So
stuff
it's like,
that?
it's like the dog show. There's a set course.
And you have
Okay.
to take it through, and the
Fire
horse
a
can't
gun.
touch things.
Have to
and
swim across a river or anything?
there was no river in the but.
Oh, boo! Boo! Fire a gun off or anything?
But
Jump over Mr. Shatner.
And then the last one is I am most proud of, and that's Keyhole.
Keyhole.
I've told you guys about Keyhole before.
That's tough. That's hard to do.
Keyhole is a speed event. So they would have speed events like barrels and poles and Keyhole, where they would take flour and go out in the middle of the arena.
What kind of a flower? Like a daisy?
No,
or
like you cook, like white flour
Oh.
that you cook with.
Okay.
And they would draw a keyhole, so like a narrow opening and then round top. And they had judges there on the sides, and you had to run through the narrow opening, turn around, and by turn around, that means you get your horse to sit on their back legs and spin. This isn't just like a turn. It's not big enough
So
to...
you'd say, Flossie, sit on it and spin.
Yeah. And spin and turn and come out, and it's a speed event, so it's timed, and you can't touch the foot outside of that's the trophy I am most proud of. Is I got first place in
Which one of those trophies?
Keyhole.
That's the one on the far right.
It's the one on the very.
Put that up again, would you, please?
It's a smaller.
Thank you. That one there.
Yeah, the one on the very far right there. I'm most proud of that one because that's really hard to do. So I used to do things.
It looks just like this one.
Well, that was at the same horse show. I did very well at that show. I got written test and Keyhole in the same show.
But it should be a different.
Well, the person who was in charge of the trophies just said, "Yeah, give me a bunch of those."
Yeah, that's what they would do. They would all be the same style. For
The same trophy for writing something down as you do for the very difficult Keyhole.
Are you making fun of my Where are your trophies?
In a box.
Well, I wanted to.
I don't have any trophies. I have plaques.
Well, I think
I have
think
a box
you,
full of plaques.
I think you both need to take a picture of your plaques and or.
I'd have to dig them up.
I have a
Well, I
box.
dug those up.
Well, yeah, but
Come on.
All right. I have a box full of plaques.
Let's all do this.
Okay.
I want to see what you were good
I
at.
nearly threw them away the other day. I don't think I did throw them away.
Garbage Gus has sent a picture. It says, "I love horses too." I don't think that's a horse, Gus. I think that's a tapir or an anteater.
I don't know.
It's not a horse.
Yeah, that's a tapir.
That's not a horse.
It's not a horse, Gus.
We love you, Gus, but that's not. Traffic, please.
Oh, let's see if we have anything new there to tell you about, or if things are getting better. Actually, they're getting better. I'm seeing green cameras all from Bountiful down to Point of the Mountain, so things are looking good. We'll just leave it at that.
All right. Thank you very much. Coming up, we do have Boner Fight. Stand by for that. And Real Salt Lake is stopping by, I think, to show us their new jerseys. All right. So stand by for that. Valentine's Day, Diamonds Direct. It's one and the same, right?
Well,
they've got this great special going on right now.
Yeah, they do. They're making it really easy for you to make this a great Valentine's Day. Now through the 14th, you can get an incredible romantic piece of jewelry and then spread your payments out over 5 years with 0 interest. So you get the unbeatable price that Diamonds Direct is known for, plus you can take advantage of the best finance offer that you've ever heard of. 5 years, 0 interest and 0 down. So think about that. You can get like a $6,000 designer ring with a certified diamond, only $100 a month. Pick out the most romantic gift you can think of and divide the price by 60, and that's your low payment. All engagement rings, certified diamonds are included as well. Nothing is held back. The amazing offer is now, this is for a limited time, only through the 14th. So go into Diamonds Direct. You're going to love the selection. They've even got a store appearance by famous jewelry designers.
So that's only until next week's Thursday.
Yeah, the 14th.
The 14th. That's
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. Okay.
So now through Valentine's Day, only at Diamonds Direct, 6400 South across the street from Fashion Place Mall on approved credit. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
Every weekday afternoon, join me, Todd Newcomb, as I provide plenty of new music.
Got a show. I'll be playing Flynn in Twilight.
Light.
L-I-T-E.
L-I-T-E. Yep. I'm the bully. You know.
Are you the wolf boy?
No.
You're not the wolf boy.
No, I wish. I pitched to be the guy who takes his shirt off at one point for no reason.
Love to take your shirt off.
I absolutely do.
I like the Will Ferrell of this station.
But no, the show is I'm the only guy that looks like he could beat up another guy in all of theater in Utah. So
they're all pale vegetarian.
Yeah, and thin. We had plenty of people who could play the vampire type, but not very many who could play the bully. I'll guilt you guys into that show another time.
Shit, vampire.
I'm the only one who goes to your plays anymore.
And Gina may come to this one because it's Twilight Spook.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We all know Gina loves Twilight.
The sparkly vampires.
We got this.
Are you going to sparkle?
He's I don't sparkle because I'm not a vampire.
Bully.
But
we do have a sparkly
going to
vampire, you bet. And a Bela Lugosi vampire too.
I'm dead.
I feel like there's this old-fashioned vampire.
Don't worry
trying
about
to figure out what the young vampires are.
I don't understand this.
You kids today.
I don't understand this. And you're fast running.
What is this? You can go outside.
What? Yeah. What? Can you see yourself in the mirror? That's what I want.
Look, have some wine.
Guess we just sort of wrote the play, didn't we?
Wrote and ended.
And performed.
Kids, there's something the matter with kids today. Kids, they go and sparkle outside in the day.
There it is. Yep, little musical number. Yep.
Easy.
Desert Star Playhouse. Be there.
The shuttle come out tomorrow, and he'll be able to stand outside. I hate him. I miss the sun.
Oh, Lord.
You owe Carrie money.
I know.
I used to be tan, you know this. I had a house in Palm Beach. Aw, damn. Blow this. No, that doesn't get there.
Here comes the sun. You better run, you dumb old vampire.
We sparkle. Ah, you did.
I like the dessert bar there at the Desert Star Playhouse.
Does the old vampire carry an umbrella? He should.
No, but that is a great idea.
Okay. You owe me a dollar.
There's that
And
too.
Count Chocula.
yes, Count Chocula
Count
has to be in
Chocula's got to be there, and the Count. And all that joke's in there, you know.
Yep.
Before we get to the potty break dedication, it's time for the Gray Whale Entertainment Report. It's New Release Friday. That means there's new music, movies, games, and LPs, and a lot more to pick up at any of the locally owned and operated Gray Whale locations near you. Here we go. Music. Panda Bear, their new one, Buoys, is out. Health Volume 4, Slaves of Fear, is out. Galactic, with the best album title of the week, Already Ready Already. All right. Ariana Grande, her new one is out. Thank You, Next, is available. And I'm surprised it took this long. The Queen Bohemian Rhapsody soundtrack, LP.
Yeah,
the Queen
I was gonna
Bohemian
say,
Rhapsody
that's-
soundtrack
yeah.
LP. So you can get it on vinyl. I know someone who will want that. Movies and TV, let's see, we got Widows is out. The Grinch with Benedict Cumberbatch as the Grinch. That one. The Sisters Brothers.
Oh, that was...
with Dr. Steve Brule. Nutcracker in the Four Realms, the Disney movie, which some people liked. So you can see it now. Gray Whale is open 24 hours a day at graywhaleslc.com. Real-time inventory searches, killer whale membership discount availability. You can use your store credit for purchasing, and they constantly update you on sales, promotions, events, etc. There's always bring in your old stuff, trade it in for new stuff. They want music, movies, games, books, and vinyl records. You can get cash or store credit toward the purchase of something new to entertain you at any of the Gray Whale locations. Join the Killer Whale Club. Receive a lifetime discount. Follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Gray Whale SLC. That is your Gray Whale Entertainment Report. All right. And now it's time for another potty break dedication.
This comes to us at Radio From Hell at x96.com. Song dedication in the subject line. Hello, lords and lady. I would like to dedicate this song to my wonderful mother. Over the past few years, she's gotten a divorce, survived a major car accident and surgery that followed, survived being shot at the Las Vegas concert.
Wow.
There's a story there.
Yeah.
And she's still going strong. She started going back to school full-time to finish her degree in interior design while working full-time and taking care of my little brother. This is for you, Mom. Thank you. You're an inspiration to me and everyone who knows you. Justin.
Well, you'll have to excuse me because I have to use the bathroom.
So thank
Hello, X96. Oh, hello, Bert. Bert, calm down, okay? Look, hang on a sec, okay? We'll talk to you on the speakerphone. Hang on just a second. Bill, it's Bert.
Oh, man. Bert, again? That's the third time this week.
Come on now. The guy's going through some real tough stuff right now. We may be the only friends he has left.
Well, why can't he call and cry to Dom?
Dom DeLuise has deserted him, too. I mean, look, let's talk to him. I mean, he's really hurt.
Oh, all right. Put him on the speakerphone. Okay. Hi, Bert. It's Carrie and Bill.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Bet you're real excited about that Cop and a Half movie finally coming out, Bert.
Bill, Cop and a Half has been out for a year, and it was a stiff. Bert, I saw that movie. It was great. I bought my own copy. You were great. That kid sucked.
Yeah, sorry, Bert.
Thank you.
Well, hey, how's Lonnie doing?
Bill, Lonnie dumped him some time ago. Don't listen to him. She's a lying bitch, Bert. You're better off without her. And she looks like hell. Yeah, she looks like a mortician does her makeup.
Yeah, she looks awful, Bert. Not like you. You look great these days.
Yeah.
Saw you on Evening Shade the other night, Bert. Hey, you doing something different to your hair?
Jeez, his hair fell out years ago. Nobody can tell, Bert. It looks great. Very natural.
Oh, yeah, it's very nice. You must be paying big money for those rugs.
Oh, listen, Bert, I'm real sorry. I mean, you call us up so that we can cheer you up, and, well, I just don't think we're doing a very good job. No. Bert, is there another old friend that you can call?
I know, Bert. You ought to call Dinah. What's Dinah Shore doing?
Way to go, Einstein. Dinah Shore has been dead for months.
Oh. Well, how about we have him call Sally Field? Is she still alive?
You idiot. Interesting text. I used to hate this song, and now it really hits me. It's aged well.
Oh, that's nice.
She's got a great voice.
Yeah, she always has.
She was just on one of the Jimmys, the Fallon or the...
Somebody Jimmy?
Yeah.
One of the late night Jimmys?
Jimmy. It's Jimmy.
I wonder if she has something new coming out or something, because, yeah.
Something.
It'd be good. I'd like to hear from her again. Always liked her. All right, let's see. Now, we do have Boner Fight coming up to determine Boner of the Day. We also have Real Salt Lake stopping by. Oh, and some people from Squatters as well, right?
Oh, it's their 30th anniversary.
Are they stopping by?
I don't know.
Or are we giving something away?
Or something. We're doing something.
Something Squatters related.
In some kind of a way.
It's on our list.
In whatever way.
We will do whatever.
In some kind of way.
In whatever kind of way.
Well, we always do.
Yes.
We seem to make that happen because we're all about events.
Yes.
We call ourselves the Event from Hell Show.
Well, it's an event every Friday when you get a new episode of the Remain Seated podcast.
Is it ever?
Every Friday.
Is it ever?
With me.
Now, I heard it was kind of a cluster.
Son. Oh,
yeah.
geez.
What happened?
Why was it a cluster?
What happened?
It's just... Festus wanted to talk about aliens.
About aliens?
And I said...
You mean like the Mexicans coming across the border?
Well, that's what I said. That kind of... And he said, no, like space aliens.
Like space aliens. Does he believe in space aliens?
Well, so...
Well...
You'll have to listen to the podcast.
Okay, right.
But usually we've prepared a little bit. But
why do you do that?
Just so we sort of know what we're going to talk about.
Oh, maybe that's a good idea.
But yesterday when we were recording, all it was he sent me a text saying, and it was that exact exchange we just had. We should talk about aliens, and I said, what kind? And he said the space kind, and I said, okay. And without any other preparation other than that, we dove into it, and it's a like Dylan was saying, because we recorded over at Dylan's Podspace, Podspace UT. He said that this will either go down as your best episode or your worst episode. So about noon today is when you'll be able to get that new Remain Seated podcast. You can follow us on Instagram. See, you guys have ads that run on here for your show. I don't have one. I need a new. I need one.
Well,
Remain
Seated.
Seated.
So I know you're expecting somebody to do that for you.
Yeah. Make it go. Remain Seated Pod on Twitter and Instagram, and you can get the podcast wherever you get podcasts.
All right. Back to Alanis Morissette. Apparently, she has a Broadway show.
Oh.
Called Jagged Little Pill.
Oh, I had heard that, yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah. And then there'll be a new Let's Go Eat show. I think that'll come out on Sunday. It'll be ready. It's Pete Ashdown.
Oh, how is Pete?
Good.
Oh, good.
He's very good. X-Mission founder. You know that X-Mission is one of the oldest internet service providers in the country.
Really? Yeah, he was one of the early ones.
And the very first one in Utah.
Absolutely. All right. I like Pete. Good guy. Let's see. We will take a break. We will be back. Stand by for boner fight and a reasonable amount of news. Right now, saltlakefilmsociety.org or slfs.org, whichever you prefer.
So Salt Lake Film Society has a new thing that's pretty interesting. It's called Media Accelerator Studio, or MAST is what they're calling it. This is for up-and-coming film artists, a place for them to connect and nurture and empower them. So this is for filmmakers who've gone through programs. They're ready to really start their careers at Salt Lake Film Society. It's you can find out about it at MAST Studio, M-A-S-T studio.org. They have 3 contests with cash prizes open right now. So if you're a filmmaker, you kind of got yourself underway, and you're looking for a little bit more help, a little bit of a boost, go to maststudio.org and check that out. It's a program sponsored by the Salt Lake Film Society. And, of course, Salt Lake Film Society, as always, the movies at the Broadway and the Tower, and their podcast, Talkin' Film. They're just a great organization when it comes to film. So check them out. Go to slfs.org for more information.
The date for the Radio from Hell International Film Festival is set, and this time we're going legit.
All we need now is your film submitted online at XNet.
kiddies. It's me, your old friend, the bookkeeper. And since this is tax season, I knew you'd be dying to hear another tale from the big ledger. Today's story is about a young working woman who has some rather unusual ideas about filing her taxes. Let's have a listen, shall we?
Come on in, Miss Trixie, isn't it?
Whatever you want it to be, sugar.
I was finalizing your return, and I came across some items which the IRS might have some questions about.
Well, I filled out the forms the best I could. What more do you need to know?
You listed your occupation here as working girl. Well, we all work. Could you be a little more specific?
Well, I thought it seemed a bit more polite than prostitute. I suppose you could change it to hooker, streetwalker, hoe, escort, chicken rancher, whichever's more correct.
Chicken rancher?
Well, I'm pretty good at raising cows.
No! I think that escort might not flag it on it. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Now, you've listed $8,000 in advertising expenses. This seems a bit excessive.
Well, in my business, you can't make any money if you don't get noticed. So I got these. 38 double Ds. What do you think?
They are very nice. You could put those away now. But advertising?
Well, they sure stop traffic.
Well, why don't we list them as capital assets? Then you can depreciate them over time.
Okay.
What about this $25,000 for office improvements? Didn't you say you were a prostitute? What office?
Well, I had to have a new lamp post put in. You know, the old one did a lousy job of showing off my new capital assets.
We'll come back to that. $12,000 in office supplies?
Condoms.
Oh, well, that offers all the questions I have. Do you realize, Miss Trixie, that you could increase the amount of your return if you had your pimp set up a 401k plan for you?
Hey, that's a great idea.
There you have it, creeps. Another great tale from our ledger. Our working girl sure seems to know the tricks of the trade. Remember, keep good records, or you'll end up paying the IRS to screw you.
Remember that. You're going to need that info to vote for Boner of the Day. We'll have that for you in about 5 or 6 minutes. But first, a reasonable amount of news brought to you by
LHM Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Sandy. Save thousands with the largest inventory of Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Shop your deals online at lhmdeals.com.
Well, Michelle Rodriguez, who was in this new movie with Liam Neeson, said he cannot be a racist. Can't be.
He can't?
No, and here's her logic.
I mean, I hope he's not. But
Here's her logic about that. She says he can't be a racist she says this after he admitted that he once wanted to kill a black man after his friend was raped by a black man.
Any black man.
Yeah, not the one.
Yeah.
He was just, hoping that somebody would start something with him.
She says, this is all effing bull ass. Liam Neeson is not a racist. Dude, have you watched The Widows? His tongue was so far down Viola Davis's throat.
Oh, geez.
You can't call him a racist ever. Racists don't make out with the race they hate, especially in the way he does it with his tongue, so deep down her throat.
Wow,
I don't care how good of an actor you are. It's all BS.
Why?
Ignore it, she said. He's not a racist. He's a loving man. It's all lies.
Yeah.
There's
trying to be funny?
There's her proof right
Jeez.
there. This woman, I'm telling you, is a brain trust, a genius right there.
You know, slave owners never slept with their female slaves.
No.
They wanted
wouldn't.
nothing to do with them.
No tongue with them. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos said Thursday he was the target of extortion and blackmail by the publisher of the National Enquirer. which he said threatened to publish revealing personal photos of him unless he stopped investigating how other private photos and messages were obtained by the tabloid. Bezos, who is also owner of the Washington Post, detailed interactions with American Media Incorporated, that is the National Enquirer, in an extraordinary blog post Thursday on the Medium.com website. After the tabloid published a story about his extramarital affair last month, Bezos ordered a team of private investigators to get to the bottom of how the Enquirer obtained the photos between the executive and former TV anchor Lauren Sanchez. Since then, there's been a public relations battle. Earlier this week, the tabloid's editor, Dylan Howard, emailed an attorney for Bezos' longtime security consultant in order to describe the photos the Enquirer obtained. The photos include a below-the-belt selfie of Bezos, photos of him in tight boxers, wearing a towel, several photos of Sanchez.
He's just like everybody else.
According to emails Bezos posted, an attorney for American Media, the Enquirer's parent company, offered a deal. The tabloid wouldn't post any photos of Bezos, and his investigators would release a public statement affirming they have no knowledge or basis to suggest that the Enquirer's coverage was politically motivated or influenced by political forces. Well, Bezos said, I'm not going to do that because basically I think they are. I think I think that you're going after me because of investigations in the Washington Post, and you can't prove it. And furthermore, I believe, and Bezos has sent his security guy after them, I furthermore have suspicions that you got this stuff through some sort of security apparatus through the White House. You've sicked the government on me somehow.
And if not the White House, the Saudis.
Hacked into his phone?
Bezos' security...
Saudi intelligence. Yeah.
Huh.
Bezos' security chief is an interesting guy. His name is Gavin DeBecker, and he has been his security chief for a long time. He runs his own consulting firm. For 4 decades, Gavin DeBecker, who is 64, has counseled the United States government, law enforcement departments, thousands of celebrity clients, and countless readers on how to ward off threats and stay safe in a scary world. His most recent case was for Mr. Bezos, but he's worked for other people like, let me just tell you a little bit about DeBecker quickly.
Okay.
His own childhood was full of violence and fear that he is now paid to shield others from. DeBecker has written that his mother was a heroin addict. He regularly beat him and his sister and shot his stepfather. She committed suicide when he was 16. He then moved in with the family of a friend from Beverly Hills High School, Miguel Ferrer, the son of the actor Josh Ferrer and the singer Jose Ferrer and the singer Rosemary Clooney. Ms. Clooney later gave him a job as her road manager.
Wow.
He went on to work as Elizabeth Taylor's assistant. Another close friend was the actress Carrie Fisher. He gave a eulogy at the memorial service in 2017 for Ms. Fisher and her actress mother, Debbie Reynolds, who died a day apart. In an interview with the New York Times in 1997, this security guy, Mr. DeBecker, said his experience with Ms. Taylor had led him to understand the perils of celebrity and the marketing of human beings. He's been enmeshed in security for celebrities ever since. He's investigated stalkers for people like Olivia Newton-John and Cher. He headed security for public figures visiting President Reagan and his family in the White House. He worked with the family of Ronald Goldman when it sued O.J. Simpson over Goldman's 1994 killing at the home of Simpson's former wife.
Guy's got a resume.
For most people seeking Mr. DeBecker's advice, they can buy peace of mind for a few bucks with a paperback copy of his bestseller, The Gift of Fear. For those who can afford it, you can go to you can hire him. He has a website, private suite, and he says, anyway, he's very well respected and thought of, and they say he's a really nice guy, and he gets results.
Well, I look forward to what he finds.
He will get to the bottom of it.
Good.
It's Boner Fight, the final round.
Here we go. The winner from round 1 going against the winner of round 2. This is kind of I don't know. Seems like a little weak fight here at the end of the week.
I was going to
A
say
weak fight?
a
slap. It's a slap fight.
Yeah,
isn't it?
we had some good candidates, but I think the weakest ones won for some reason.
Yeah, I didn't think the best ones cleared today, but so number one is, well, she's way worse than Cinderella's evil sisters. It's a woman who, when arrested for prostitution, used her sister's name. She didn't have any identification. She used her sister's name and got her sister, who's studying to be a teacher in Florida, got her into a considerable amount of trouble for a while. That trouble will be cleared up, but it's caused her sister some problems, with her teaching resume and all of that. So that's number one. I don't know. It just seems kind of weak because it will be cleared up. But anyway, and that's going up against number two. This one's kind of bad. I'm sorry. I was just watching the morning news. My morning news. It's a bus driver arrested for watching porn on his cell phone in front of the kids while they were getting on the school bus.
All right. You've got to decide of these two candidates, which one is the worst, which one deserves to be boner of the day. 1 or 2, remember your candidate number, the one you think should win. Put that number, that single digit, in the message of a text. That's the way the computer counts it. Don't confuse it by putting something else in there. 1 or 2, that's all you need. Text that to 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Fight, February 8, 2019, and vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. All right, here we go. You've got less than 300 seconds to do it. Let's go. It's Boner of the Day.
Start to...
Recently on the Rachel Ray show, she was promoting her new fragrance, which she calls Fancy. It's $85. She sprayed some in the air and then started naming all the benefits. The main one was that it allows you to fart and nobody can smell it.
That's a selling point.
That's what she said. She said if you're in an elevator and you're wearing this perfume...
She's the classy one.
Do they have a guy's version? Because, boy, I tell you, I'm holding...
You want to wear something called Fancy?
I'm holding one back right now, and I don't want to...
Go ahead.
I don't want to hurt you guys.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Go on.
Why?
Do it.
Go
do
outside.
It. Come on,
Don't.
chicken. Come on, do it.
Don't.
Do it.
Not chicken. I'm just not sure you really want
Do
that.
it.
Why do you want him to do that?
Do it. I don't believe him. I don't believe he's holding one.
I believe he always has one ready.
And I don't believe...
I believe he
just
can...
put the microphone down.
Don't do it. I'll leave the room.
And I don't believe it's going to be as bad as you say.
What, you weren't serious?
That's the lowest we have ever sung on the radio.
And I didn't even go all the way.
Oh, man.
There's more.
That's dangerous. Yeah, he did. I made him. I made him.
You know how I am with peer pressure. Here, Carrie, have a drink. Here, Carrie, fart. Pull my finger. Listen, it started when I was a kid. It started when I was a kid. My dad used to make me pull his finger.
He did. I don't smell anything. Seems fine.
It'll circulate.
Will it?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we better take a break.
I haven't been eating much meat lately, so.
Oh, jeez. Well,
for someone that just
really
tuned into
good.
this show for the first time,
I know
just
they would.
now,
we don't usually do that.
We've lost them forever.
Usually, we're.
Do you think? You don't think that they could forgive us just this one?
I can't forgive you.
Now, long-time listeners of the Radio from Hell show, if you'd like to call us now.
Listen, I was goaded into it.
I did.
Hope
I
you're
pushed
both
him.
happy.
He was calling me names. He was pointing at me.
I pushed him. It's a good thing there wasn't a cliff.
I'm glad we don't have a sponsor for the boner right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we'll ever have
Nope.
one either after that. Oh, my God.
He made me. All right. Uh-oh.
Weather?
Somebody just texted and says, well, that's why you guys have a new three-year contract.
And Sue just texted in, I'm so proud to be your wife
Your bags
right now.
are on the porch.
I also just got a texter that says, I can smell it from here.
It really is bad. Well, I've been holding it all morning. I haven't had a chance to leave.
I know what that's like.
I figure I'd be fine until, at 10.
Yeah.
It really started to kink up, and then you talked about that perfume.
Oh, God, I can't believe you did that.
Now, listen, how do you guys know it wasn't just a recording of a fart?
It wasn't. He put the microphone
Shut up.
down.
Shut up. It could have just been a recording of a fart. You don't know.
You don't, but I'm here to tell you it wasn't.
Well, see, these guys are selling it. They're acting.
Nope. That was real.
Oh, man.
Great.
Oh, wait a minute.
Huh?
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Don't.
Yeah, it was. It was real.
Told you.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to do it,
No.
too.
No.
All right.
I don't have one, or I might.
Is it like yawning? It just, once somebody does it, everybody
it's
just
contagious.
just jumps in. And,
no.
Okay. All right. Before we award Boner of the Day, we need to remind you about Diamonds Direct.
Oh, are we doing that again?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't have it ready. Here it is.
Because they got their big Valentine's special going on. It only goes until next week. On the 14th is when it ends. That's Thursday next week.
Well, if you buy it after that, you're too late for Valentine's Day.
Well, then there's that. But the great deal. I mean,
it is. In fact, you can get. They already have unbeatable prices at Diamonds Direct. And plus, they have the best finance offer that you've ever heard of. 5 years, 0 interest, and no money down, right? So Diamonds Direct are making it easy for you to take advantage of their great jewelry at the best deal ever for Valentine's Day. So, like, for instance, how about pick out the most romantic gift you can find for Valentine's Day at Diamonds Direct. Then you divide the price by 60, and that's your low payment. It's really fantastic. You can get the gift you want and enjoy it for years and years to come. All engagement rings and certified diamonds are included as well. Nothing held back. This amazing offer is for this limited time only through Valentine's Day. So you're going to love the selection of Diamonds Direct. They brought in extra inventory, and they do have gifts as low as $250. Designer jewelry, colored gemstones, diamonds. They've got designers coming in, jewelry designers coming in. So take advantage of it now through Valentine's Day, only at Diamonds Direct, 6400 South, across the street from Fashion Place Mall on approved credit. Details at diamondsdirect.com. So here we go. The final fight of the week. And it's brought to you in part by spaghetti and meatballs and a stack of white bread.
And
no,
it's in total.
Well, I said
I'm sorry.
in part.
You did. I'm sorry.
What are you doing over there? You're
Carrie,
gathering wool.
Carrie asked me to do
I
something.
gave her an assignment. I'm sorry.
Homework.
Yep.
So we had boner candidate number 1, which was she was way worse than Cinderella's evil sisters, and only 8 of you cared about that. So the winner.
They were weak. We're right?
Yeah, well, the winner did well.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just watching my morning shows. The bus driver who was arrested for and he will do time for watching porn on his phone while the kids were getting on the bus.
All right, that's your boner of the day for February 8, 2019. It now goes on to possibly become boner of the week. Dave the Flower Guy will be here in our next break to determine boner of the week. Now, I guess the Real people aren't going to come by, I guess, but they do have their new jerseys. And,
so they're released today. They're launching their new jersey. And
I haven't seen them yet.
I wanted to see them.
They're really good looking.
I just saw the picture.
If you should follow Real Salt Lake on their social media. It's a great way to see things like this, but also learn about stuff going on with the club, when they get new players.
Season opener in March.
Season opener, that kind of thing. 9 a.m., the first 150 people to purchase the new jersey will get a matching scarf for free. If you go to x96.com, you have a chance to win a brand new jersey and matching scarf. Is there just an enter to win there?
Yep, just an enter to win at x96.com, and that is more than one set. So don't feel like you know
don't have a chance.
Don't feel like you don't have a chance. There will be several sets of the new jersey and scarf, and then with it also. The new jersey sort of looks like a peppermint candy a little bit. It's kind of a classy.
It's mostly white with some red stripes. They're not straight stripes.
Is it on our website?
Yeah, x96.com.
We got one right here, actually.
Oh, look.
They
just dropped them
Bring
off.
that in. Bring that in. Let's take a look at it.
It's our friend young Ben has some.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Presents for everyone.
Wait, we get one?
We're on the air, Ben, so tell people about it.
Yes.
Oh, this is the new RSL away jersey for 2019.
Closer in there.
Oh, this is the away jersey. Okay.
Yes, the away jersey.
Carrie, they're different kits.
It's better. It's the secondary kit. So in soccer, they don't really have home and away per se, depending, but primary and secondary. So this is secondary jersey. It's the first time that
I'm holding it up on.
We have a lot of red on there.
x96.com/live if you want to see that. There's the front.
That's nice.
Bill,
I like that. And then there's the back. Right?
Oh, I get one with my name on it.
Yeah, remember? When we were asked what size we wanted?
Nobody asked me.
We're
Yes,
acting.
you did?
Acting, Gina.
I'm acting. Look, they did this with my name on it.
That's very nice.
That was nice of them
Now,
to do
I
that.
had them put 96 on it. You didn't.
I did.
I had them put.
Why did you have them put 1?
Because I knew you guys would do 96, and I wanted to have a special one.
Oh.
So I'm 01.
Now, why did you want your whole name on there, Bill Allred?
Oh, really?
Because I'm Bill Allred,
You
damn
just
it. Don't
put
you
Bill.
Don't you know who I am? I'm Bill Allred.
You have
Richie
T?
Teed. Yeah.
Now, on a jersey, you're supposed to put your last name.
Gina, I'm not a soccer
That's
player.
what you do.
Yeah,
you guys don't know the sports.
I don't know,
I
the
know the
sports,
sports.
but I also know there's someone else in here, in this building, that has their first name is my last name. I didn't want any confusion. So,
I'm not a soccer player. I'm Bill Allred.
I don't know, Bill. Someone might confuse you as a soccer player. You put on that jersey,
Right.
they look at you and
nice.
go,
Yeah.
"Is that Bill Allred, the soccer player?"
I can't wait to put this on and lounge around
Thanks,
my
Ben.
house. Thank you, Ben. Thank you.
Oh, you wear it to the game, Carrie.
Well, I'm going to wear it lounging around my house first.
It's great because they breathe really well. That's what I really like about it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were alive.
Now, see, this one fits me. We got one a couple of years ago, and it was just too
big?
small.
Oh, too small.
Too small. It doesn't fit me.
I think this one's probably too big. I said, why don't I go 2XL
That's
just
what
to be
I
sure?
said. Well, you know.
It's probably.
No,
but it doesn't matter if they're.
2XL.
Wear it
It's
like a
probably too-
muumuu.
It's probably too huge.
Put a belt around it.
Yeah.
Cinch it on the side.
Make it a dress. Yeah.
But if you go to the
I'll sleep in it.
so the Real Salt Lake store, the official store, there's one here on Broadway, 3rd South, and about just up from Main Street.
Right.
Just-
Yeah, it's part of
from the east.
Wells Fargo, right by the Wells Fargo.
And I think you can also go to the one at the stadium.
Yep, both of them are open and have extended hours today because not everyone gets them dropped off to their day job. Other people have to go and purchase them. But again, those first 150 people will get a free Real Salt Lake scarf. Matching scarf. It's an away kit.
Away kit.
Away!
You like yours?
Yeah.
Are you going to replace your this jersey here from the Blaze and
From
replace
the
it
from
with
the
this?
non-existent football team.
Well, it was
This is
one
my
time
old one.
existent.
Because I had to replace my one from the Jinx, the girls football team. that I got. They all autographed it for me. It was very nice of them. But I replaced that with a Real one that we got a couple of years ago. Now I'm going to replace that one with this one. No, I'm going to take this one home and wear it.
This one.
Yeah, I'm going to take this one home and wear
Yeah,
it.
I think I'll wear this one.
While I
You bring the old one to work, and
Well,
then you wear the new one.
I will wear this sports ball jersey doing what I consider a sport, and that is watching TV a lot. Hey, listen, the way I watch TV, it's like a sport.
What's the one on my chair? Is it a Real or is it a
last year's Real?
That's last year's Real.
Didn't we get a Warriors jersey?
We begged for a Warriors jersey. They have not delivered
What
yet.
about a Stallions? We need a Stallions.
We need a Stallions jersey and a Warriors jersey. Oh, no, wait. The Warriors is the girls' soccer team, right?
Or football.
No, that's the
Stop talking sports.
Stop. There's so many sports.
Stop talking sports.
Football.
Hut.
You guys are so cute.
You gotta want it more than the other team, all right?
There you go.
You gotta get in there and hustle.
There you go.
Arms up. Arms up.
Arms up.
I don't know that one.
Well, in basketball.
Oh, is it arms up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because kids just it's fun to watch kid basketball because they just stand there, and parents are always yelling, "Put
Arms
your
up.
arms up."
You dummies.
All right.
That's what the parents are thinking.
They say the dummies.
That's what they're thinking.
That's what they think. RanLife.com.
Yes, indeed, Ran Life. You want to get yourself a mortgage? That's what you do. You call Ran Life. Actually, what they want you to talk, what they want to talk to you about is appraisals and getting equity out of your house. So, Ran Life is currently offering a free appraisal for X96 listeners. If you have been in your house for at least a year, there's probably equity built up in it.
Mm-hmm.
And if the longer you've lived there, the more equity you have.
Just my friend Taylor was telling me about how much her house has increased.
Mm-hmm. So if you call Ran Life at 801-478-4500, ask to talk to a debt consolidation specialist, then you can refinance and pull money out of the house. You can use it for remodeling or pay off high-interest loans like credit card debts or things like that, and consolidate all of your debts. And then, and if you do that, then the interest that you have on that, you can write off on your taxes. That's about the only kind of interest you can write off anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have more than your share of debt and you own a home with some equity, Ran Life Home Loans, give them a call, 801-478-4500. And if it looks like a good fit, they'll pay up to $400 to get your home appraised. 801-478-4500.
Hi, this is Todd Newcomb. Every Sunday morning at 9, join me as I take you back to the era of dial-up internet. Be kind, please.
It's from the Girl Scouts. And then there's a nice letter say, "Hey Bill, we get you. You're a guy's guy. You have unassuming strength, a casual confidence, and an uncompromising integrity, and are so dumb you don't know this is a form letter.
Wow, they really know who I am.
You know the spread of Sunday's game and have a steak ready to grill and a cold drink waiting in the fridge. You're man enough to be a Girl Scout." So I've been given a membership in the Girl Scouts.
So what do you?
And then I got this.
Do you have to sell your own Girl Scout cookies?
No, I
now?
think what that means is they'll hit me up periodically for money.
Yeah. It's a great gift,
Yeah.
then.
I didn't want to
Yeah.
say that what they're doing is opening a door to something that you will regret later. But
now I get this card. Now, little Bill, sick. He's sick. He was very ill. Barfing and all that. So that explains the card. And with this card came 3 pairs of really nice underpants. Patagonia, silk weight, boxer briefs.
Underpants.
Which I really like. And they're very, it's expensive underwear. I mean, it's like, I think they're $30 a piece or something like that.
You should get a whole pair of pants for that.
So here's the card that came with it. At least I'm too sick to cause trouble. Trouble.
Trouble.
And then you open it up and it says, "Or am I?" ?
This is your Father's Day
Yeah.
card?
Fortunately, you can cover your ass with these. Happy Father's Day. That's it.
Too sick. At least I'm too sick to cause trouble.
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 Yeah, trouble. And
Or
then you
am I?
and then you open it up.
That's a threat.
Or am I?
That's a threat, is what that
That's exactly
is.
what it is. So it was my Father's Day threat. Yes. Anyway, that's nice to be a Girl Scout, though.
Snowbird was awesome yesterday for Father's Day. There were a ton of people. Saw lots of friends of the program up there. They had garlic fries. It was perfect. They had bacon on sticks. Big, thick bacon on sticks.
So Gina was happy, and that made it a good Father's Day because she got what she wanted.
No, everybody got. Joe got a massage up at the cliff. Daddy Gary got a massage up at the cliff.
Mm-hmm. But first and foremost, they had garlic
They
fries.
had garlic fries
They had
and
garlic
bacon on
fries.
sticks.
Yeah. I went out to the Christiansen Family Farm, Hog Heaven in Vernon, on Saturday and bought a bunch of meat. That was pork and beef, and that's actually for my wife's birthday. It was her birthday today. She wanted meat for her birthday.
The gift of meat.
Everybody's got something.
Yeah. You?
No.
Nothing. All right.
What? I'm not a father.
Well, you didn't see your dad.
I did.
Oh, you did.
Oh,
see
you
your
did.
dad.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's his
Did you
mustache?
give him meat?
No, he gives me meat.
Oh, okay.
He's the farmer.
Carrie gives him money.
Yeah, I give him cash.
We've discussed that. Here, Dad. He does it under the table so nobody can see. Yeah, there you go. Hold out your hand.
Buy some more life-giving medicine. There you go.
X96.
Damn limey coming over here and making fun of our president.
I think he lives in L.A. now.
Yeah.
Is he a citizen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
damn limey,
All right.
though.
All right, you want to quiz me, Gina?
All right, you think you can do this?
Because you were making fun of me for not knowing mascots, but I
Sports.
maintain,
Yeah.
sports mascots. I maintain. I think I can name. If you do 10 in a row, if you name cities of NFL teams, I'll bet I can name
The
mascots.
I've checked, and Kerry doesn't have anything in front of him.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn around.
Okay.
I'm going to turn around so that you can see I'm not looking
Okay.
at the computer
Okay.
screen.
Now, if he doesn't get it, let's see if I can get it. If he misses,
Yeah, you
one.
get the second chance.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Buffalo,
Bills,
Baltimore,
Ravens,
Cincinnati,
Bengals,
Cleveland,
Browns,
Houston.
Oilers.
Oh,
No, they're not the Oilers
No, not
anymore.
anymore.
They are the
Oh,
Texans.
Very good.
Yeah.
Whew. Indianapolis.
They were the Colts.
Mm.
They're still the Colts, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Ding.
Sorry. They were the Baltimore Colts, and then they went to Indianapolis.
Kansas City.
Chiefs.
Jacksonville.
Jaguars.
Yeah.
Well, this is a trick question.
Uh-oh.
Los Angeles.
Well, it's now the Rams.
Yeah.
It was, they've jumped around. but
Well,
they're-
and
they
there's-
were the
there-
Rams, and now they're back.
And there are two.
There's the Los
Who's-
Angeles.
And who's the other Los Angeles
The
team?
other Los Angeles team is the Chargers.
There you
right?
Oh, I
Because-
thought that was going to be the hard one for you.
Because San Diego
Yeah.
said bye-bye.
Yep. Let's see. The Tennessee.
Titans.
Yes. What's a titan anyway?
I don't know.
It's a giant.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Titans, you're right,
okay,
Dave.
all right.
Yeah.
Was that 10?
Two more.
Two more. Okay, quickly.
The Minnesota.
Vikings.
Yes. The Arizona.
Cardinals.
There.
Yeah.
Oh, very. All right. There you go.
There we go.
Good
He
job,
likes
Gary.
mascots.
I
Doesn't
just
care
like
for the sport.
I don't care for the sports. I just like mascots.
There.
All right. Hi, Dave.
Hi.
The flower guy.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Dave.
Hello.
Did you know all of those?
Yeah.
Okay, wipe your chin.
Well, he's a real boy. Of course he
Yeah,
knows.
he got a real
Yeah,
bed.
he's not like me.
Not yet. Try it tomorrow.
Tomorrow they're delivering your bed.
Yeah.
Good. I'm
Been sleeping on a
excited.
futon for years. It's time to get a real bed.
Yeah.
Before that, you know what he slept in? He slept in a shoebox.
A shoe.
No.
No.
All right, let's do this boner of the week.
Here we go,
brought to
Dave.
you- brought to you by. They have over 1,000 used vehicles in inventory, 6 locations: Orem, Sandy, Murray, Ogden, 90th South, plus trucks and imports located in Sandy or LHMusedcars.com.
I'm sorry, I'm told it was a cigar box. A cigar box. All right, Dave, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Boner candidate number 1 from Monday. Hey, the Republicans wouldn't get away with that. That's Donald Trump Jr. He was outraged that the women wearing white, the Democratic women of Congress wearing white, they didn't have flag lapel pins. And then it was revealed that Donald Trump Jr.'s family didn't have flag lapel pins either. Number 2 from Tuesday. What poor baby? She loves show. Oh, it should be. What poor baby? She loves show business. Russian couple on the streets of Kuala Lumpur doing an act with their 4-month-old baby, diapered baby, swinging it around through the air and then soliciting money. Boner candidate number 3 from Wednesday. We are committed to providing the highest quality care for our patients most of the time. This hospital in Ohio, as I recall, taking out a woman's healthy kidneys, just removing them. The woman subsequently died. Boner candidate number 4 from yesterday. What are we supposed to do with her? That chair is so, ugly. And this is the junior high girl. She was in a motorized wheelchair. She's in the choir. Somebody forgot to find the ramp to the stage to get her up on stage so she could sing with her friends. And she was heartbroken. They're all up on stage singing, and she's off to the side on the floor. And Boner candidate number 5 from today. I'm sorry, I was just watching my morning shows, the guy watching porn on his phone on the school bus while the kids are getting on the bus. Which one's the worst, Dave?
Number 3.
We are committed to providing the highest quality care most of the time. The hospital.
Not the one I expected.
No?
All right. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much, Dave. That's
Yeah.
your boner of the week. Way to go.
Go home and wait for your bed.
So I'm driving to St. George today, which the weather looks fine. I'm a little worried about Sunday.
I'm sure you won't be here on Monday.
Well, I'm putting it out there that there's.
I'm sure
if it's bad snow, I'm not going to
If there's any
drive.
excuse, I'm sure you'll.
No, do you want me to drive if it's not
Yes.
safe to drive? You do. You
Yeah.
want me to drive no matter what?
I don't want you to drive. I want you to fly.
Well, it's too late.
Somebody will go get your car.
No.
And your
See,
bodies.
because my mom and Aunt Nan are down there, and they flew down on a one-way ticket, and it's my job to bring them home. So I have to drive down there.
All
I
right.
have no choice.
Right.
Well,
I'm just saying I'm planning
It's
on being
impossible
here.
to buy another one-way ticket back.
They don't exist.
Nope.
all right. Let's do the promo then, shall we?
Snow this weekend, off and on.
Snuggle up and listen to the Radio from Hell podcast from shows you missed this week.
Search the Radio from Hell show wherever you get podcasts and subscribe. leave us a review, and then listen live on Monday at 6 a.m.
Snuggling and Radio from Hell on X96.
Good enough.
Hey, I only had one line in that promo. How come I only had one line in that promo?
Are we good? Is that all the business?
Yeah.
Boy, Richie threw that jersey on pretty quick.
Yeah.
You're not going to go home and wash it first, or?
It's on backwards.
He doesn't wash things after he's had them for a while. Why would he wash that?
This is true.
Yes?
The shirt I was wearing wasn't clean, so
That's
I
what
was,
I
was excited to get a new clean shirt on my body.
Should have figured that out. All right. Have we got all business? I think we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Who's going to build your wall?
All right. Corey is next.
A 1 hour nonstop music wing ding starts now. X96.